Hey, we are here with Elysian Road. This is episode 34, I believe.
Ew.
Yeah. Zoom is not cooperating with me properly to... I don't know why it's doing this. I can't go to full screen and then get off of, switch over to... Oh, what's the button where you can switch to a different tab? Yeah, there we go.
Alt F4?
Yeah, no, it's not, Jared. Okay, I found it. I figured it out. So it's been a hot minute since we played. Jared, would you turn a light on or something? Oh, there we go. It was very dark in your room, but I guess that's why I assigned the magic color I did.
You racist.
That's
I'm 1/16th Jamaican.
You're not. Are you?
I don't know that. How dare you assume?
You identify as 1/16th Jamaican. I understand. So, where we last left our heroes on Elysian Road, they had just revisited their, I was gonna say homeworld, but that's not quite it. It's the planet that they had all of their, what's it called? Gaming stuff happen on. So they revisited that. It's still under control by the Imperium. But mainly they were going there because it was the closest planet and Evelyn really needed some music. And she didn't really explain a whole lot, but
just derailed the entire thing for a broken record.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. And she headed out to do some shopping, and pretty much everyone just decided to do some shopping while they're on SWA. But luckily, I mean, you have Fergus, who is like a mastermind of making sure you guys can stay hidden under the radar for this sort of thing. Except I believe at some point someone failed, and now someone made a bad roll at some point, and I think it was Evelyn, and now Sample knows where you guys are and has hacked into Evelyn's mech, I believe, is the thing that happened.
Yep.
And then
I think all of the warship.
I don't
think
you
alluded to.
Did I?
I don't remember. I
don't think it was that bad. Okay. I think it he found out where you guys were for sure. But I mean that's not terribly important right now. But Odin, Fergus, and Dylan, everybody else did some shopping last time. Yeah, the only other thing I think that was important was just for the stream was that you guys got a new ship and named it the Opera House. So,
right. Yeah.
So, we're gonna pick up with you guys going to Vitskoy. So, let's take a look here. So you guys are in the man system right here. And you can move 6 hexes in 1 jump, which means 1, 2. What's the fastest way to do this actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's fine. 1 jump, and then it takes. How long does this just travel take again? I literally always forget this. I also don't have my book. We'll try.
We don't have to worry about in-system travel anymore. But...
Yes, because of the Hephaestus engine, you don't need to worry about in-system travel. So the only thing you should have to worry about is just how long it takes to do the jump. Which I'll look up real quick. I got the PDF now. Space travel. Here we go. Okay. Transit time is 6 days per hex traveled divided by the spike drill rating.
So a day for us.
So a day.
Right. Or no, 2 days.
2 days.
We have 3 rating. Yeah.
I think you have a 3. Yep.
I thought that got upgraded as well. Or did it not?
I don't think so.
I think 3 is the upgrade. I don't know if there even is a better drive than 3.
Yeah.
Is there?
I don't think in TL4 stuff, at least.
No. Yeah.
I think the main thing that was like new and different, right, is that U. you can cut down inter-system travel. You basically, the Hephaestus engine is allowing you to jump way more precisely,
Right.
to
Yeah.
basically almost create your own spike drill routes. Not quite that crazy because then you can go anywhere, but it's similar enough. And then so yeah, you guys take 2 days and head over to Vitskoy. So Vitskoy is home to what's it called, the White Sun Brotherhood. And I think the plan, right, was just to go there and pick some people up, pick some agents up to come help you on this mission. And I think everything pretty much goes according to plan up to the point where you actually get over Gunvey. So Gunvey is the planet that their base is actually on. One of its moons is Bratislav. That's the moon you went to, the gun control moon that you met Akoto on the first time and did all the stuff you did there. That's where you were going to sell the Hephaestus engine. So Gunvey is the planet that moon orbits around, and Gunvey itself is the actual like home base of White Sun Brotherhood. So you get over the planet, and before we do anything more, got a flashback. I remembered.
Yeah.
So I think we see, a couple days earlier or something, in the bottom of the screen, the text on the bottom of the screen comes up, and we see Lois, who is the now second in command of Evelyn's. Electra was the first in command, or the second in command, first being Evelyn, obviously. But she died in the firefight that happened above Demetes, when Sample basically sent an Imperium fleet to come wreck them. And so Lois is here. The couple things we remember about Lois was basically he was sort of timid and he wore a scarf. So the whole idea with these,
He was a hippie.
Yeah, he was a hippie. I mean, they're all hippies, but no, exactly. But what I'm gonna say here is I think we've seen him. He's changed when we pick up with him here. I think he's probably not wearing the scarf anymore. No, you know what it is? The scarf has been burned and damaged, and he now has it wrapped over his head like a bandana.
Nice.
And I think he has a scar on his face. He's wearing the standard uniform that Evelyn, basically the capital ship you guys stole had like a manufacturer, a fabricator inside the ship that could make uniforms for people, and that you guys just stripped off the logo, and so you have Athens Association's uniforms with a different logo on it. But he's wearing that, and as well as the other soldiers who are around him. So we see people from the various revolutionary factions that Evelyn managed to bring onto her side, and they're having a hushed meeting. So Lois is basically saying, "Listen, I know that we don't want to do anything drastic, but when you're dealing with someone unreasonable, sometimes reason doesn't work, and well, sometimes you have to fall back on what you know. We're revolutionaries. We've always wanted to do one thing, and we've trained for that one thing, and that one thing is to overthrow authority. And if push comes to shove, I think that's what we're going to have to do here." And the soldiers kind of mumble and grumble to themselves, and someone seems angry and shouts out, "How dare you? How dare you betray Evelyn after everything she's done for us?" And Lois gives this person a look and just says, "Everything she's done for us. What has she done for Electra? would you say? Gotten her killed? What has she done for any of us? We were promised credits, more credits than you could even possibly imagine. We were promised a ship. Last I checked, Evelyn still has her name on the lease, on the title. We haven't gotten anything but death and orders. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to die, and I'm done taking orders. And the person who like spoke up kind of just goes quiet and looks down at their feet. And Lois just looks around at everybody else, like as waiting for more objections. And when none of them come, he just nods and he says, "This is not our first plan. But if plan A fails, we have to be ready for plan B. Are we all on the same page here?" Everyone slowly nods. Good. Well, we'll see what happens when we reach Gun Bay. Maybe we won't have to do anything. And then we cut and fast forward, and you guys are just about to come out of a spike drill in front of Gun Bay. And I think what we see is we see a kind of like a blank patch of space in orbit above Gun Bay. And there's no sound, no soundtrack at all. And then we are slowly kind of panning the camera around to look more at the planet's surface. And around the time we actually get something into view, that's when Evelyn's ship, which I don't remember what we named. It was some Greek god or something. It was the Artemis or the Ares or something like that. I don't remember. But it comes into view along with the opera house, right? They're both like jump into view here. Oh, wait a second. I remember. You can keep the opera house in the frigate. Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, you're using the frigate right now to travel around. Okay. And so I guess we just see the frigate pop into existence, and it's all. It suddenly everything goes to chaos because we were panning, right? And as soon as the frigate gets into view, that's when we pan fully around and we see the planet's surface, and there's a space combat happening in orbit above Gun Bay. And right away we hear, the soundtrack comes up. We hear explosions and comms chatter and all this stuff, right? And then we cut to the bridge, and whoever is in the bridge right now, you guys can decide wherever you want to be. Just immediately hears like a bunch of alarms, and it's like weapons fire nearby detected. Like all of that stuff kind of comes online as you guys realize that you've kind of so normally, right, you would come in at the edge of the system and have ample warning of this sort of thing because you can be out of drill space and then access the internet, right, and then know this is happening. But you have just spike drilled right on top of it, and since you can't communicate in drive space, you are just here without any warning. So I don't think we care too much about like a space battle. Yeah. We can do a space battle if you want to, but it just means we're gonna have to look up a bunch of rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right? And I think that might be outside the scope of our characters and what they care about, right?
Yeah.
And what they're good at.
Do we know who's fighting?
So, I mean, that'd be the first thing to do. Fergus, do you want to take a crack at some programming and see if you can figure out what's going on?
They're not like flying any flags that are obvious.
I mean, one side is obvious, and it's
the space flags.
One side is obvious that it's Imperium, and it's Imperium colors and Imperium spaceships. Okay, the designs are obvious there. The rest of the ships that are fighting them are kind of ragtag, and they don't look like they follow a particular style or theme. It's just probably whatever they could scavenge. So it's unclear right away. But Fergus very quickly realizes it is the White Sun Brotherhood. And I think you maybe pick up some comms chatter, Fergus, with that 14. and it becomes you piece after maybe like 60 seconds of just like scanning through these comms channels and trying to piece together what's happening. Fergus, you can put together like a preliminary like idea of what's going on, and it's basically your message got sent to the White Sun Brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
And they set out right away, right? They started getting everything in order to go do their thing, right? But something else also found, like the Imperium found out somehow. Like the Imperium intercepted the message or found the message or just noticed that they were moving or something and is now basically set up a blockade. And yeah, there's just a fight happening in space now. And like, I think it's probably to the point where the White Sun Brotherhood base on Gunvey was probably compromised because that's probably the only way they would try to fight and escape as opposed to just hunkering down, right? And you can easily deduct that with your detective skills, you know, Fergus being Fergus. And so you have this kind of preliminary piece, preliminary picture of what's going on that you can share with the others if you'd like.
I share with the others.
Cool. Evelyn, I assume you were on the bridge with your soldiers.
Yeah, but you should. Okay. He's been for a second. I don't know what I. And we just figured out who this was fighting.
Yeah, it's the Imperium fighting the White Sun Brotherhood. It looks like the White Sun Brotherhood is literally like trying to escape the planet. And the Imperium is like blockading them. And the White Sun Brotherhood is trying to like break the blockade so they can leave.
Yeah, I don't know if we can really help them much.
I mean, is it like a pitched battle, or are they just getting kind of owned, or what's the?
It's a pitched battle. It's not like they're like so Gunvey. I don't think the Imperium on Gunvey knew how much firepower the White Sun Brotherhood actually had here. Right? They probably underestimated them, and so you know they've probably sent for reinforcements. But space travel being as it is, it's you know they're not going to get any. And Gunvey didn't have. Yeah. Gunvey is pretty. I guess it's not deep in Imperium space, but it's kind of a backwater in some ways. So I don't think. Okay. There's a reason why they wouldn't have a bajillion troops here. And it's the only thing that's probably keeping the White Sun Brotherhood alive. I think you do see like as you drill in and are watching this, you see one transport like make it out. Like the vibes I'm seeing here are very like Hoth and Empire Strikes Back, where like they're trying to break the blockade and then they all go into hyperspace and go away, right? Sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, like. As much as I don't want to figure out how the space combat rules work in the middle of playing, I feel like we ought to help.
and that's fine. The thing is, you can help by just having Evelyn's soldiers do the thing, right? And you guys don't have to do any of that, right?
Sure. We should just hook up the Hephaestus engine to the guns and just
I don't think the Hephaestus engine likes that.
I mean, we're trying to help people.
But I mean,
just have Ziva be the one that mans the gun.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be Robin, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the whole reason that we convinced the Hephaestus engine we need to go fast was because we were trying to help these people out, and now they're being shot. So,
it's true.
I think Evelyn would just first and foremost, she's not quite sure what to do, and she doesn't really trust her mind too much right now. So she probably asks Vigo what he thinks. So there you go, Caleb. You can narrate your way into whatever you want us to do. But if Vigo doesn't have any ideas, her first thought is probably just like stay out of the battle, because we can't commit that hard in this situation. We need to do like other stuff. So she probably would be like have Fergus hack while they like pass by.
Isn't the whole reason that we're here to like get these guys?
It's to save the White Sun Brotherhood, bring them with you on your mission. Yeah.
So that's like our main deal, right? We don't really have anything else we need to be doing, right?
Well, so I think as you guys are having these conversations and Evelyn's like asking Vigo like, what do you want to do? And he's thinking about it for a moment. I think Fergus, you do as you're like scanning through all these channels, you do pick up one that it's sort of distant, and you weren't sure if it was relevant at first, but then you pick up like a word that makes you stop and like pause on the channel, and you hear someone say Panopticon Matrix, and you stop and like listen to that, and you basically hear someone else respond to this person who just finished their sentence with those two words. And this person says, are you sure they put it online? That seems dangerous. They were supposed to use the Hephaestus engine to do that. I don't know if they'd risk it. And the other person says, no, it is online right now. We have to do something, or else this entire thing is going to we're going to fall flat on our faces here. If they get those AI to control the fleet, we're done for.
And this is the White Sun Brotherhood I'm listening to.
Yeah. You're listening to through their comms channels.
What's the Pentanomicon?
So Fergus, you've definitely heard. I'm sure that I know someone in the party has heard this term before, and I think it would probably Fergus. Either way, you probably have shared information at this point. The Panopticon Matrix is basically it's a group. It's like a hive mind of AIs strung together to run a planet. Basically, it's like the ultimate thing an empire might want. Just like a team of advanced AI that can run everything perfectly like a communist utopia, right? Like the communist utopia they want. And apparently this was the thing that they were going to use the Hephaestus engine for. You did find that out at some point. They needed that power to get this thing online. And apparently they just decided to fire it up without that power and risk it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to blow up whoever that is. And then...
Well, no, those are our allies.
No, they're saying that the enemy is firing up this AI organization thing.
What?
And he said that the White Sun Brotherhood guy was like, oh yeah, they're firing up this matrix.
Yeah, I thought they meant the White Sun Brotherhood was doing that.
No. The White Sun Brotherhood was saying that the Imperium was doing that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought you said that's
no. This is the White Sun Brotherhood, like saying, like, "Oh no, we found this." Like,
yeah.
And I honestly, I think as you listen to the channel a little bit longer, it seems like you're picking up context clues and stuff, Fergus, but you're good at figuring this stuff out. So I think you're like, oh, the White Sun Brotherhood, these people who are like talking right now, the reason this signal's distant is they are actually on Gunvey right now. They were in the middle of some sort of mission when your message came, and we're like, oh yeah, we should probably finish our mission and then join everybody. But now, there's a whole big battle happening in space, and they're like, they were kind of confused as to whether or not they should just abandon the mission. But now they apparently got far enough in their mission to find out, like they were trying to infiltrate this laboratory to find out more about what they were doing with this AI stuff. And they're like, no, they're just turning it on. Like, so it sounds like they're there right now. Okay. It's on Bratislav, which is moon of Gunvey.
Oh,
but yeah, it's close enough to pick up a signal. So,
and they're implying that if the AI take over the enemy fleet, they're screwed, right?
Yes. Yep.
Right.
Because they'll be able to perfectly predict everything that they do, right?
But sounds like we should probably blow that up.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a job for Odin Dillon, right? Run down there, and probably Fergus, but like strike team.
So look at Fergus. You want to give the Opera House her first opening performance or whatever? I don't know. That's how that works, right?
Well, the Opera House wouldn't do the performing, but
they hold the performance.
Yeah, let's do it. I definitely won't download the AI system into my brain.
I don't think you have the VRAM for that, but we'll go for it. All right, let's see.
I do bring the brain drain, just in case.
The brain drain.
The thing you got from Evangelia. that like helmet.
Oh,
that
the
allowed
helmet
him-
thing,
yeah.
right? Great. Okay.
Mhm.
Magneto helmet. All right, cool. Well, are we gonna have the frigate help in the meantime? Is that the plan?
Yeah, so that'd be the question. Connor is not here, but he kind of passed off the mic to Vigo anyway. So I think Vigo, probably like as you're talking about this, Fergus, he just nods and he says, "I think our best bet is to have the frigate hold the line here and try to do whatever they can to aid, do whatever we can to aid the White Sun Brotherhood to escape orbit. But yeah, that seems like a ticking time bomb. If we don't defuse it, whatever we do up in orbit isn't going to matter. I think you guys should do what you do best."
As any other character, I suggest we
Cause
solve this
chaos?
problem. Yeah.
Cause chaos, Fergus.
Yeah.
Take Jenkins with you. He's been meaning to try out this new body of his, and then we pan over and see Fergus or Jenkins already strapping on like a gun and stuff, right? Like ready to go, and it's like he's
Isn't
in a
it just
normal
his old
body.
Yeah. Isn't it just his old body? I said I didn't care.
Yeah, and I think Jenkins says, "You ever heard the story of the ship of Theseus, Ode?"
No.
I don't have time to explain it to you now. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I guess we'll jump into the opera house. And
As we're leaving, can I
Yeah.
try to shoot like a telepathic message to the Hephaestus engine?
I suppose you could, yes.
I mean, it's a long shot. And it probably won't work. But
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, I don't expect you to like kill people, but if you could just, keep my friends alive, well, I'm gone. That would be cool.
I think you get a response, and it says, "What makes you think I won't kill people?"
Because you didn't let me use you, and that's the only thing I morally ambiguously do is kill evil people.
It doesn't respond.
Well, but yeah, besides, could you protect my friends while I'm gone? Thanks.
It just does. Yeah, it just doesn't respond at that
Okay.
point. But yeah,
Bye.
well, we'll see. Robin. I mean, you probably just have to tell Robin, like, you're gonna have to go talk to this thing, and
Hook it up to the shield system.
yeah, I mean, you
There
can
you go.
hook it up to whatever you want. If you want to make preparations like that, that's totally fine. It's just it
So
would
it's
be
gotta
like,
fly wherever
can
we
Robin
want.
actually get it to do what it wants,
Oh,
what you want it to do? So
We gotta fly to the moon anyways, right? So there's probably enough time for you to do that.
Mhm.
Yep.
Cool.
So are you hooking up the Hephaestus engine to
Oh,
the shields of the
hello.
frigate or the shields of the
Right, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
opera house?
Interesting.
I mean, probably the frigate.
Yeah, I mean, it would be way
Yeah.
too complicated, I think, to dismantle it and
Yeah.
hook it up to the opera house anyway. So you can just reroute the power to the shields.
Oh, okay.
And it does seem like it's doing it, right? You probably bring Robin with you over there while you're doing
Okay,
this,
so
right?
I don't need to roll.
I don't think so. I think just
think
just
so.
making shields go live is fine. Like, that's not gonna, the Hephaestus engine isn't gonna care about that. So
Cool.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
I rub the Hephaestus engine like a dog and say thank you for getting us here.
you get like a discomforted feeling back.
Then we leave.
Yeah, sounds good. I assume Dylan comes as well. I know Finn is screaming right now.
Yeah. What are we attempting to do?
So it sounds like the Imperium is trying to get some sort of AI, a bunch of AI online to basically connect it to the fleet so that they can stop the White Sun Brotherhood from leaving. So you guys are going to go down in a strike team to Bratislav, the moon of this planet, and where the laboratory is that they like apparently host this thing, and try to destroy it or stop it before it goes online.
Okay.
So. Because that seems like a thing that you guys would be able to do as opposed to just standing up here at space. Cool. And then, what else?
Taking any of the White Sun Brotherhood people with us?
You could. Who do you want to bring?
I didn't know if they wanted to come or not. I mean, this is kind of like their
The people
deal,
that you
right?
have with you right now aren't any soldier types, really. They all
Right.
died on Demedes.
Right.
The ones that were
only the soldiers died, and not any
well,
of the people.
the soldiers were the ones that were on the planet doing the soldiery thing, as opposed to the scientists and communications officers who were back on the station.
Right. Well, I guess I meant like, oh gosh, man, Kodo didn't die, and she's like the only one that didn't die on the sand planet.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd ask Akoto to come with you if you wanted to, but I mean, her main thing, I believe, is like piloting stuff. So, well, actually, she might come with you to pilot the ship. Yeah, I forgot that none of the rest of you know how to pilot this thing. So,
Yeah.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, she has a pilot of +1, so that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, looks like her best. Oh, she actually has a +2 in shoot. She's not bad at this. Yeah, her best things are notice, talk, and shoot. So, cool. So yeah, I think Akoto, probably without asking, I feel like you didn't even need to ask her. She's just already there in the cockpit because like she was probably there on the bridge, like hearing this, and she knows that none of the rest of you can fly this thing. So I think she just assumes that she's your pilot for now. And she wants to help her friends. So, and that's the thing she can do more concretely. So I think you guys all, rush over to the opera house and start getting on board. And I think, let's say that Ode, you're the last one on board. And as you get on the ramp, Ziva just comes up behind you and is getting herself ready, as well, putting a pistol in her pocket, in her holster, and like starting to come up behind you, just like acting like this is normal and she's going to come with. I don't know if you say anything, but
yeah. I mean, like, was I there when she had that conversation with?
I don't think you were there with Dylan. No,
it was a private conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I turn, I'm like, what's going on here? Why do you look like a space marine? What's happening here?
I'm coming with you, Ode.
Is anybody else around?
I mean, everybody else just went into the opera house, so you could like call for someone, but like,
okay,
you're in the hangar. There's no one else around right now.
Okay. What are you talking about? It'll be. I mean, well, I guess the frigate's going to be in a firefight, but the Hephaestus engine is on the shields, so I think they'll be fine. It's probably safer here than on the opera house.
I don't need to be where I don't want to be where it's safer, Ode. I want to be where I can actually do something.
Okay. I guess that's up to you. I mean, I guess you're not an adult. You don't get whatever. It doesn't matter. Just say you're an adult.
Well, you're not an adult, but I'm not an adult either. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This is a good idea, but all right.
She smiles.
Yeah, he's not very happy about it, but this he doesn't have a lot of time to like have this discussion or skills to make it worthwhile.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yep. So she just follows you on board, and I think we see the opera house lift up and shoot out of the hangar. So yeah, I think we Connor, are you happen to be there at all? Because hello, Mickey.
You'll be back in 1 minute.
Sounds good.
Hurry up.
Because really the next kind of important thing would be what is the frigate actually doing? Because I mean, this would be the moment where if Evelyn was asking them to do something too much, this would be the moment where they mutiny, right? So I'm just curious what Evelyn's actual orders are going to be.
I'm assuming the plan is to just help them try and run the blockade, especially now that we have presumably mostly bulletproof shields. There isn't too much reason to worry. So I'm assuming that the plan is to just try and keep them alive.
So what's the situation?
So, Fergus, God.
You guys are boarding?
Yeah, so Fergus, Ode, and Dylan, as well as Akoto and Ziva, are all heading down to Bratislav, the moon that's orbiting Gunvey. Apparently, there is a team of White Sun Brotherhood agents there right now who were in the middle of a mission when this all went to crap. And we're trying to find out more about what the Imperium was doing at the particular laboratory on this planet. This is the same laboratory that you guys were going to meet to sell the Hephaestus engine at way back when. And I see
you, Caleb. I see you.
Yeah.
Is this like the last episode of a rom-com, except it's a whole season of us going back to our old memories.
Exactly. You gotta give
not a rom-com,
you gotta do bring it full circle and tie everything up with a neat little bow. The thing that they were figuring out there and investigating was they apparently are making what's called a panopticon matrix, which is a group of AI strung together that are capable of running a planet. So the Imperium wants to use this to run their little communist utopia, right? And they were going to use the Hephaestus engine way back when to power it. But it sounds like they've decided that this situation warrants just turning it on. To try to connect it to the fleet so that the fleet can just masterfully outmaneuver the White Sun Brotherhood and keep them from leaving the planet. And the White Sun Brotherhood agents, Fergus picked up chatter on their comms, basically of White Sun Brotherhood agents talking to each other about this and saying oh no, it's coming online. I don't know what to do. And so they're going to go down there and try to stop it. In the meantime, the frigate is going to be, in a theory, right? I think the idea was run interference for the White Sun Brotherhood so that they can, there's more and more ships can make it out of system. Fergus hooked up the Hephaestus engine on the frigate to the shields, so you guys should be relatively safe, even if you're not that you're necessarily going to dive into the combat per se, but even sitting off to the sidelines, you're not going to get pelted by artillery or anything. And basically the idea is, what are your orders? What do you actually want the frigate and your crew to do in this situation to help?
Is there some way we can steer this into Ender's Game where it's just Evelyn versus a perfect AI in tactics roles? That would be ideal.
That would be awesome.
Throwing that out there.
But that means you guys fail. So
no, it just means we don't do it fast enough.
Yeah, and that might be. I'm certainly interested in that, but we'll have to see where the rolls land. Yeah.
Just Evelyn will just have to win until Gandalf shows up and splits the rock and all the ships turn into stone.
Yeah. So what does Evelyn want to do? What specific steps would she take to help in this situation? And unless you want to do something completely different, right? That was Vigo's idea, was just run interference for the White Sun Brotherhood as the Imperium is attacking. Right, there's this pitched space battle in front of you, so you'd be doing something with your frigate to help, whether or not it's jumping into the combat or not. But
I think maybe if you do have some way you could use tactics, then we could have that battle happen without having to know the rules. Just as an idea.
I would definitely be. This would be Evelyn rolling something,
right.
Not us digging into the space combat rules.
Yeah. Because then we can contribute to the fight, but it can be Evelyn doing it from
exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Just as
so let's say I'm all right, full all man all stations,
jump
full battle mode, and we jump into combat. What's the role there?
I think it would just be a lead, right?
Entail? Okay. And then let's say I just wanted to run, give them, okay, let's say Fergus hooks me up to the Imperium's wavelengths or their communication system. Mm-hmm. And then I link myself with the White Sun Brotherhood's communication system, and I just roll a lead for the White Sun Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Giving them inside information as to how they can win the
that
fight.
Could be cool.
Since I am outside the battle and I can watch all sides.
That sounds fun. Either of those sound like fun options.
I think Vigo would have to be there though for like to keep me sane. And actually coming into this battle like this, I don't know, I'm a little bit better now that I heard that one song. But I can't use any of my like precog stuff. So.
Yeah. You haven't suddenly.
Yeah, I thought you got it back.
No, I was able to like see.
Right.
But like I was using it so much that I couldn't see anything but like different features. So now I can see, but I still like am too afraid to use my precog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that he can't use it. It's that Evelyn as a character is too afraid.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a mental block. There's a lot going on up there.
Yep. Yeah, so that'd be the thing, right? Evelyn could, unless she wants to try to, push past that, she can't be using your precog to help in the situation. But yeah, you could have Fergus hook you up to the Imperium comms channels, and that would almost be as good, right? It would be like you're getting precog because you're knowing what their orders are. I'm interested in that. Unless you want to dive into combat, like it depends on, because one other thing might be like, is Evelyn feeling desperate or reckless right now? Like, is she just like, we need to... No. Okay.
She's feeling like very like, she just not wants to go into combat because then she has, first of all, she is worried about the chess piece thing, right?
Yes.
Like she has all these pawns, but she's like, I'm not gonna, I need to preserve these things.
Yep.
And so, she's the whole reason she's not going to go into combat is because she doesn't actually view them as pawns anymore. That's just like she still views them as chess pieces, but now she cares about the chess pieces.
Now each of the little chess pieces have a little face on them. Little smiley face.
Yeah,
but now she cares about the things.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're her favorite possessions instead of just being discarded possessions.
No, not like that. She just has a very strange way of thinking.
Yes, of course.
So
she's a sociopath. I understand.
No, she was just raised as a machine.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, she was raised to be a sociopath. That's what you said. Anyways, good.
Gosh dang it. So I think she probably is way too like, she's way too like nervous to be like, yeah, let's just go into combat. She's like, I'm not like mentally able to like handle this situation if we go into combat, so I can help the best way that I can.
Yeah, so I think as you're like deciding to do this, like Vigo's asking you, and you're like, we see Evelyn like thinking about what she actually wants to do. I think we see a shot of Lois like watching you, like waiting to see if you're going to order them into combat. And then when you say, we'll stay here and observe from afar, Lois like visibly relaxes. Yeah, I think Fergus, let's have you make a roll before you leave, right? To try to hook up Evelyn to the...
didn't I already basically do that with my first program roll?
You were trying to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
I think there's a separate roll because like, this involves not being caught, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think 13 is perfectly good enough. Yep. So Evelyn, you now have access to the Imperium comms channels, and so you can, try to unsupernaturally precog your way into victory. So I think it's just a lead roll, right? I think we just see Evelyn start to give orders on the White Sun Brotherhood channel, and at first they're just like, "Who the heck is this? Like, how did you get this? How did you get this channel?"
Now you just need to get into the Imperium channel and give orders there, and then you'll be playing both sides of the board. You can just play chess.
Well, that's what my plan is.
Oh, okay. As I see.
That's what I needed.
That's a talk roll. If you're trying to deceive,
it's a program roll.
Well, so if you're no. So if you're correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think you just implied that you were going to try to talk on the Imperium channel to deceive them into thinking you're giving them orders. Okay.
No, other way around.
That was my suggestion.
That was okay. I wanted to make sure that you weren't going with what David just said. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that. I mean, I feel like a very.
I don't think Evelyn would be able to pull that
serious suggestion.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure if you were being cheeky or not.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Always being cheeky.
Yes. So I think it's just a lead roll then, right? Because you're just giving the White Sun. You just start giving the White Sun Brotherhood orders as if you're in charge of them. And probably what it will be, right, is given Evelyn's style of doing these things, she'll just start giving orders, and if she gets the lead roll correctly, they'll just realize that her orders are good and then just start following them, right? Like after they're just like, no, we're not.
Like, you're not my mom.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, no, we're not going to do that. And then you perfectly predict what's going to happen next, and they'll be like, oh, maybe we should listen to her.
Ship number 476 is about to explode. If it keeps moving forward, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Jimmy just died.
And then they'll be like, why did you blow up our ship?
That'll be if she fails the lead roll. Then they'll just all turn and fire on her.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a battle, but that one ship right there, we need to blow that one up first.
Well, I mean, if they think that you're trying to deceive them or something, maybe they will. I don't know. We'll have to see how badly you roll.
If you keep explaining how badly they're going to do, and then it's badly, maybe they'll think it's your fault.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's true. Okay, so I'm rolling a lead.
Yep.
Do I get a modifier for having access to the Imperial Brotherhood?
I think that's what's making it possible to. Well, no, you're right. You probably because you could have attempted. You could have attempted this without.
Yeah, I could just be like, here, listen to me. I'm better.
Yeah,
I'm better at leading.
Exactly. I'll give you a +1. Yeah.
We need to know who it is.
A +1 for knowing exactly, like
+2. Fine.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's fine. You're the GM. I was just surprised.
Fergus got a 13. It's fine.
So who's the commander who's going to have a lifelong vendetta against you for showing them up here?
Well, they'll probably be dead by the end of this battle anyway. So,
well, maybe.
Can I use intelligence or am I using charisma? Or is it wisdom?
That is a good question. I feel like it might be charisma in this situation because you're trying to get them to follow your orders, right? It's not so much do you have good orders. We know you're going to have good orders. It's whether or not you can convince them to follow them. So yeah, I think that's charisma.
Yeah, the intelligence part will probably come after you convince them, and then you try and keep them from dying.
8 is not super great in this situation.
Oh wow, that's really low.
Yeah,
literally rolled 3 2s.
We have that lady, the awful.
Oh wait, hold up. Can I get can I be able to re-roll from my prophecy?
What was your prophecy again?
That I'm gonna bring the Imperium, bring the ashes.
What is it gonna? It's gonna give you a re-roll? What?
No, we didn't decide. We didn't decide how it was gonna work.
No.
But basically, the prophecy is just like extremely meta.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay.
Yeah, it was just
does the GM just like decide certain things happen in my favor because of that? Or
all right, Evelyn, I will let you take the reroll, but you have to take the roll no matter what it is. Like if it's worse, then
oh yeah, that's fine.
Well, and before this happens, because I don't know if help needs to be done before or after the roll, but we have that lady who we were communicating with. Yeah, so she could be like, yes, you should listen to Evelyn. I don't know.
Well, Vigo, I don't think Vigo knows the White Sun Brotherhood.
He was an Imperium guy for a while.
No, like to help make strategic decisions.
He does have lead. That's true.
I suppose.
Let me take a look at his sheet.
Can she get help from more than one person anyway? Does it matter?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
In a book, Reading Rainbow.
Every single time I say that sentence, I think of that, and I hate it. Help. 150 entries.
Every single time I hear that sentence, I just think of Troy crying.
Right in the community, yeah. Here we go. 80 in a skill check. Multiple PCs can try to help, but the acting PC can't earn more than a +1 total bonus. Okay. Well, that's news.
We have not been following that rule.
No, we have not.
Yeah, we've been letting one person give you +2 at the roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at this point, we're like super elite.
I know. So it
kind of makes sense.
So let's put this in stone right now. I think I'm fine with giving you guys like +2, right, on something But let's follow their advice of saying no matter how many people roll, the max is +2, right? but we'll make it +2 instead of +1. But I think +2 is only going to happen if you get a 14 or higher, like on one roll. It's only going to happen if you get a 14.
It's not like they
or higher.
stack. It's like if one person knocks it out of the park, then you get the +2. Yeah.
Just so we have that in stone somewhere.
That's good.
Or in audio waves on a recording.
Set in air.
Okay, so Vigo is giving you a +1 for lead. But then I'll go ahead and try. Oh, I didn't make a character sheet for her. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that Myo Young Jaw is helping you, the White Sun Brotherhood communications officer lady. But I don't think she's going to give you more than a +1. So go ahead and just take your +1.
So what's my modifier then? I'm
+1.
confused.
+3, I guess, altogether.
+3 total.
Yeah. Forgot you had that +2.
Okay. Okay, 12.
Hey, that's better. That's a no roll. You rolled no both times.
Oh.
Reroll.
Are you better at that or lead?
No, I think I'm.
I think he's worse at lead.
Well, it's a matter. Hold up, what just happened? It's a matter of.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Because it's rolling 3d6 rather than 2.
Yeah.
But somehow I still rolled better when I just had the 2 dice.
It's fine.
It was the plan all along.
How could I have planned for that?
You did your
because Connor's actually precog. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think a 13 is fine enough. I think what we said before happens, right? Like they at first are just like, "Who the heck are you? How did you get this channel? Like we're not listening to you." And then a couple of their ships blow up. An Imperium ship moves into firing position just as you said it would, and then they're like, "Okay, well we want to live, so I guess we'll listen to this random voice." And yeah, I think things start turning.
They're like, "Stop being so stubborn." I can't think of a funny name. Stop being so stubborn, Jim.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We want to live, not.
We don't care about your ego. We want to live.
Jim's canonical now.
Cool. Yeah. So we start to see this as the space battle starts to go in their favor, and then I think we cut down to Ode, Fergus, and Dylan as they make their way to Bratislav. And I think the first thing that needs to happen is Akoto needs to make a pilot roll to dodge some. We have a classic Star Wars situation where two fighters break off to follow you guys down to Bratislav.
Don't
and
get cocky, kid.
Yeah, you have to shake them. So Akoto is going to be making.
Let's try spinning.
That's a good trick. And she's going to make a pilot roll to try to evade them. But if that fails, then we'll probably have you, Ode, have to get on the guns.
Oh, okay. I was like, can I make a shoot roll and she can help me with that instead?
Sure.
I
Yeah, that's
think
fine.
it's a +2 for whatever ambiguous upgrades we made to the ship.
I don't think that is the case. No. We already said there's not much you can actually add to the ship.
Yeah.
Upgrade wise.
Okay. So I guess she'll roll to help me.
Yes, I will go ahead and do that. She will do it with dexterity. 8.
It just has to be above 7, right?
I believe so, yeah. So, +1.
Cool. Oh, I did. All right. Ciao. That's
nice.
I had a +5 to that. But
yeah, one time we'll do a start of the number game and actually look up the space combat rules and make it all cool and stuff. But
yeah, I feel like if we want to do space combat, we could probably find a simpler game to do it. And I don't know how complicated it is, but I'm guessing there's simpler systems for it.
Yeah, I think a 10 is good enough. We see the classic Star Wars situation, right? It's honestly probably you and Ziva get on the two different guns or whatever. I guess there's only the one gun on this ship, but
there's a multifocal laser and
a sand thrower. Yeah,
I don't know what kind of ships are coming after us, but usually one is useless and the other is good, depending on.
Yeah, they're fighters are coming.
Okay, so then the sandblaster is super good, and the multifocal laser is basically pointless.
Sounds good. So it's probably just Ode on the sand thrower, just shotgun blasting debris at them. And eventually it rips into the holes of the ships, and they go careening into the atmosphere and burn up.
But I shoot them strategically so they don't die. I'm kidding.
They may evacuate, but I don't think that's up to you. So
just there's always that thing with the characters like, I don't kill people, and then he blows up like a planet. And you're like, just because we didn't see them die.
Yeah, just because we didn't see any bodies doesn't mean there aren't any.
Yeah, right.
They're just disintegrated.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't any blood. There's no blood because you burned their blood in acid.
Yeah. Like, you're right, it's all evaporated.
Exactly. It evaporated into nothingness. So I think we see the Opera House zoom down into Atmo and make your way towards the secret facility. What was I just gonna... There's something about... I was gonna ask, what does the Opera House actually look like? Like, I'm assuming it looks basically the same in general, like of the outside of the ship, like this, right? Like the same sort of, because it's the same type of ship. But what do we actually, like, what are the colors, and are there any decals? Like, what do we see?
I mean, if we do the thing where it's like, for some reason, this ship totally fits the theme we picked for it, even though it's the one we bought off a black market somewhere on a random planet. It was the first place we went to.
Yeah.
Then it would be like probably like a dark, like a rich wood brown color with like golden filigree on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't really make any sense for it to look like that until we named it the Opera House.
Yeah.
I mean, we got it spray painted.
You can get a quick paint job.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I mean, maybe we'll say that. And then I think it has Opera House painted on the side. And I don't know if there was like a symbol we could use that would have any meaning to Till or not. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure there was like a symbol that was really relevant. I think maybe we just see like the Opera House on the side, and it probably wasn't spray paint. It was probably like a decal that you got made and placed on, but it's like probably cursive, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Across the side of it. Cool. Yeah, so I think you guys,
and the windows are tinted because of course they're
right, of course. You guys get into sight of probably like a mountain facility, right? So it's like this big old hangar bay door sort of thing, right, in the side of a big mountain on this planet. And Fergus, you're probably gonna have to do something to like make sure they don't see you as you approach, because even though you have
visually or like sensor,
both, like either, because it's like obviously Fergus has done his radar hack stuff, but like this is also a top secret Imperium facility that probably has very high tech stuff. So
all right, Fergus spends an effort to do a flashback.
Code says, "Hey, I know how to do it. We just if we shoot their sensors, they won't sense us."
Or what's it called in what's the effort called in Blades in the Dark?
Oh, stress.
Oh, yeah. He spends a stress to do a flashback.
You can just do a flashback. What would you like to have done?
Right. Well, when he's like, when we're buying the ship and like getting everything set up, he wants to attempt to do the to do like make a communication, like the communications relay work only on quantum.
On a quantum basis.
Yeah. What did we call it? The quantum hacking thing.
I think that's what we called it.
Quantum hacking. I think that's,
yeah, but like the messaging part of that.
Oh.
I don't know.
Or did we not make a name for that?
I don't know if we did. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it only receives and sends signals in that quantum way.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be picked up on traditional sensors.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Let's have you make that roll, and we'll see how well it goes.
You turn it to Wumbo, and now they can't hear you.
Program 14.
Hi, Wumbo.
Hey,
Wumbo.
what
Wumbo.
a surprise! Fergus got another 14.
Dude.
Yeah. So I think so if you just like land in this thing, at that point they're gonna see you. So like, what is your exact plan as it's like it pulls into the goes through the force field, right, and starts to land on the hangar bay? What is you guys doing?
An invisibility field and another flash.
I don't think so. I don't think you had time for that or resources.
I mean, once again, if this was any other character, I'd just say we used a sandblaster. But I can't say that.
You just start blasting anyone. Yeah.
So I started blasting. Yeah, exactly.
If Fergus had the shoot ability, he'd do it, but he can't. He'd probably damage the ship.
Yeah, well,
Fire at the landing gear on accident.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fergus jumps out, like preemptively opens up the hatch and just jumps out.
Yeah. We just lock the doors, and then we should just probably try.
We just turn on the shield generator, tell Akoto to stay put, and we all jump out.
Like if someone tries to break in, like maybe fly away.
Fire the sandblaster at them.
Yeah, maybe don't do that, but otherwise, yeah.
Akoto doesn't care about killing people, right?
Yeah.
At least the Imperium.
Probably not. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, so you guys just basically jumping out as soon as.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Lock and load.
Getting all this stuff set up here. Can you guys see the map?
I see black.
See space. The
Is
emptiness.
the building we're entering an onyx cube?
Are the lights off? I see 2 red lights. Is this like a Sith spaceship?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. It was there for a second.
Oh.
Just long enough to give me a seizure.
Why is it doing this? I don't know what's going on here.
Do we need tokens on it or whatever? Is that
no, you have tokens on it.
Okay, yeah, I can't.
I don't know what's going on.
Selected something. Oh, I see our spaceship once I clicked on it. Oh, no, I see. Okay.
That's weird. It only worked when I turned on dynamic lighting, and it did that just there, and then I turned it off again, and now it's fine. But it was off to begin with, so I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know why that happened. Cool. So, Carly, you guys have arrived at the secret facility. Just getting all these tokens ready. And I think definitely there's going to be some people here. I'll probably just have to fight right away. And we'll just do it. Okay. I think we got some Imperium soldiers. And they are... Oh, man. There's no way you... Those are so weak. Goodness gracious. How do I threaten your characters?
Breach the atmosphere. the containment field, whatever. Suffocate it.
We'll go ahead and just throw some more warbats at you. Those were hard.
It's like in a video game. For some reason, the enemy stops having normal people fight for them once you stop being able to be injured.
Right, exactly. All right, here. CAC. Okay. Just set this as the defaults, so I don't have to do this every time. Okay. So I think it's probably like the vibe you're getting as you like land in this hangar. Is these warbots are kind of like on their way from one side of the facility to the other to deal with the situation. And then suddenly you've landed and they turn, right? And you guys just like the ramp is already like going down before you guys have even got in to the hangar, and so you guys just like jump off and are ready to go. See cool superhero landing poses from each of you.
Roll to see who breaks their
And
ankles.
let's do some initiative, shall we? So click on your token and roll that initiative.
I get initiative first.
Do you want me to also be in the initiative order?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, I feel like
Just gonna cut
Evelyn's
back
just
and
kind
forth.
of. Well, I don't know what
It's
there
fine.
is to.
I put her character in a really weird space
Yeah.
for this to happen, so
Well-
I'm not upset.
I mean, we can just cut and be like, the space battle's happening. Give orders. Cool things are going on. Oh, wait, never mind. You stay back.
Exactly right.
yeah,
He's
never
just kind of helping from the sidelines right now. So,
mind. Yeah.
like, it just depends on what you guys do here. That'll be the deciding factor.
I mean, you're still giving orders, right? So we can still get a shot of that, right?
We can get a shot of it. I just don't think there's any more rolling from Evelyn, so
No.
we can cut back
That's
whenever
fine.
it's dramatically appropriate. But I don't know if she needs to do initiative stuff. So,
Fair enough.
and then I'll roll for Ziva.
If Ziva dies in this fight, I blame all of you.
All right, Ode, you obviously go first. You do.
Cool. So you strategically place them not next to each other. All right. There's distinct lack of cover here.
Yeah.
I will, I guess.
Yeah, I think the hangar is like very exploded, so there may have been boxes and
Oh,
cover and stuff like
great.
that, but it looks like it's all shrapnel
It's
now.
debris now.
Yeah.
Cool. From our elegant landing.
Well,
Alright,
no,
so
from
I'm-
the fight that happened here before.
All right. I'll move here and shoot these two
Those two.
dudes.
Sounds good.
Unless, wait, hold on. Nope, hold on. That's how it works. Nope, can't shoot that one if I'm there. Shoot all of them. I aim right here.
Oh,
And then I shoot
right.
all. Forgot I could do that. It's 6, right? 6 meters?
Yeah.
Man, grenades are enormous in this game. Why don't we use grenades more often? All right. Good. How do that? Where gun? How shoot? There it is. That didn't work. It's been a minute. Here's the weapons tab. It was closed. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm assuming I reloaded this in the like.
And do you make one roll against all of
72
them?
hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just cost me a lot of bullets.
Right.
Which actually, after reading the thing, I don't actually think I do have bullets, but this is broken enough with bullets. So, so it's, I don't know, is it burst fire? Is it 3 extra ammo? Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
I think it is. And I'm shooting at 4 people. So 7?
Seems right.
Yeah. No, it's not a modifier. It's not. I don't get 7 dice. It takes 7 bullets. Hold on. I almost gave myself 7 extra dice for that, or 7 modifiers. 24 damage. Pew, pew, pew. I assume with 33 hits, then I'm going home.
They're all dead. Let's go.
I doubt it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, it definitely hits. They all have 1 hit point left.
Oh my
Right, quick, Dylan, stab all of them at once, and we can just get out of here.
goodness.
See, I don't know how to challenge you guys anymore.
I think the answer is we new game plus, and I'll go back down to level 1.
Yeah. Cool. So, yep. They're all like missing arms and like limping and right. Just just demolished them. Ziva, I guess, is just gonna shoot one. She just says, "Dang," and then grabs out her mag pistol and points it at one
She's
of them.
about to kill someone.
Well, it's a robot.
Oh, okay, I see.
She does hit it and kill
No
it.
remorse then.
Destroys it. Yeah. So she destroys this one closest to her. And she says, "Yeah, I did it. I shot it." And then it's the Warbot's turns. And I think they're going to just, I I think literally what they do, it's still going to be basically one of the, I'm just flavoring one of their weapons differently, but because I think this would be interesting.
Right.
But
It's
I think
the rocket launcher, right?
it's going to be the rocket launcher, but I think what they're going to do is they just all like, their eyes go red. They just all rush out in front of you guys and then just like self-destruct.
Gross.
Point blank in front of you guys.
Wait, they don't come after me? Come after me. I have a good armor class.
No, they understand collateral damage and what they can
damage. Come on.
So it'll be a different 3d10 plus 2 against each of you there. So Ziva
nice knowing you guys.
gets hit for 11 damage and doesn't die. Just totally fine.
Fault. 11 damage of shame to both of you.
Actually, I don't think there's an attack roll here. That doesn't make any sense. They're point blank.
Well, there's with the rocket launcher, right?
Yes. I guess Dylan can just like do her Ironhide dodge out of the way stuff, I guess. So I guess Dylan, you're fine.
Kick flip off of them. And
yeah, exactly. The warbot comes up to you. I guess you could tell us, Carly. So this warbot is just rushing towards you with its eyes red, and it's like shouting self-destruct, self-destruct. What do you do to dodge it? Because you do dodge it. They missed. Well, it's an anime. Everyone calls out their attacks. Thank you, Carly. You're muted, I think.
Realized I was muted. I'd like to think I'd just like take one step out of the way and just like let it run into the wall.
Well, it runs into the ship behind you, but yeah.
Well, and it's, to be fair, like its legs are probably falling apart and stuff. It has 1 HP.
Right.
So.
Yeah, just stumbles and puts a black like burn stain on the side of the opera house, but not much else. And then the last one will be against Fergus.
Burgess.
23. How did you get 23 armor class, Fergus? That is ridiculous. Same with you, Ode.
He's using his telekinetic.
Well, yeah.
Is it 23?
Yeah.
Yep, it's 23.
Why is it 23?
I don't know. It's your character sheet.
Pretty sure that's what it should be. Unless you have a good dexterity, I don't think it's technically possible to get higher than that because you can only have a +3 armor class.
Oh, wow. Total. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, it is. Jeez.
Although I think at max level, I'll get 1 more armor class from Ironhide. And I think that'll be the maximum that, unless you have high dexterity, that you can get. I think.
Guess spend all your points into dexterity.
No, I don't think that would do any good. It costs so much to improve it, and it's already ridiculous.
14. Yeah, so the robots all just explode. And Ziva, like, obviously is just like has the like standard cartoon like burn marks on her face and the hair backwards, right, sort of thing. But she
blows up and she's fine for some reason. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I heal her.
Right, of course.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
All right, the entire facility explodes. Take 10 to 100 damage.
Right.
I come back in a week.
Yeah.
How much can you heal, Fergus?
Let's see what my level 4 is. I
think it was 1d10 plus max health. I think that was the answer, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
More.
Sure.
I mean, sounds technical to me.
We're getting.
I mean, it does sound like a thing that could be anything.
3d6 plus 8.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
That whatever that is plus 8.
3d6 plus 8. That might as well be what I said.
Well, she's back to full. So it's as if it never happened. Well, what it was is she actually did get like horribly like hurt by shrapnel, but then Fergus heals, and then it's just the cartoon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I think you guys just like hear shouting from deeper into the facility.
How injured was she?
She took 11 out of 32 of her hit points.
Okay. So like less than half. All right. Yeah. I mean, I still shoot her a look like you just blew up. You shouldn't be.
She
obviously
sticks
it's fine
her tongue out at you.
We have a demigod here, but otherwise you shouldn't Yeah, he doesn't actually say it out loud. He's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, you said there was shouting.
Yeah,
from
so
deeper
there's
inside.
shouting
Okay.
and stuff from
Do
deeper into
we
the facility.
have any idea where we're going?
Nope. You know that it was here, but you don't really know anything about the facility.
Split up gang and look for clues. Don't forget your Scooby
That is a
snacks.
great idea. I heartily recommend it.
Yeah, I think we'll probably still be fine.
Did you say you hardly recommend it?
I
What does
that mean?
heartily recommend it.
I mean, you could hardly recommend something. That'd be like not recommending it. All right,
download the building schematics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a program.
Boop-a.
But which direction do we hear shouting from? Is there any gunfire? Either of those things?
Kind of forward.
So the shouting's from over here. Is there gunfire anywhere?
You don't hear any gunfire right now.
Okay.
Glad I got my crappy program roll out of the way right now.
I want to come over here and I'm trying to be like in the corner of this, take cover in this little lip in the door, but
Sure.
Whatever. And I'd like to get ready to shoot because you get a bonus for shooting from a prepared position. Not that I need one. And then I'll probably wait for someone else to open the door. Someone want to hit the button?
I think Ziva runs over.
Cool.
And she's trying to look all professional and stuff, and she looks over you, kind of gives you the nod, and then presses the button.
Cool.
I think she literally says "Be ready, Ode."
Was part of her training
sass?
Well, I was gonna say watching action movies.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah, right. She does some hand signals first.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you guys open the door. The door slides open, and you don't immediately see anyone. It's kind of dark because some of the lights are broken and flickering. But you hear the shouting is clearer. And I think you see some kind of shadowy movement from beyond, and then a couple of figures run into the light, and you can see right away they're White Sun Brotherhood people. So you're like, okay, hold your fire.
Shoot them. No,
and they look terrified. And they are just coming around the corner, right? Probably from here, right? So you hear a door creak open. It seemed like it was maybe on its hinge or broken or something. Kind of slams against the wall, and they stumble out and then turn to you, and then you say, "Run!" And that is when a giant robot.
Hey, Fergus, you can one-shot robots. Do it.
Yeah.
Let's.
No, you should just one-shot the robots we were fighting earlier. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot your turn was too late.
Yeah. Fergus fell out of the ship.
I gotta find the most powerful thing on this.
Connor's mech.
You're right.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
a
honestly, it'd probably have to be a mech.
It'd
Otherwise,
have to be a
it'll just
mech,
die.
yeah.
But I don't think we can actually injure a mech. Just so you're aware, physically, I don't think we can damage it.
I have a rocket launcher. That's a heavy weapon, right?
So he can do 1 damage to it every round.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it'll only take 40 rounds of it one tapping us to.
So is let me look at.
You could do an armored suit. That's the smallest version of a mech. It's basically just better armor, kind of. I don't know if we can hurt that or not. I think it has special rules for that because it's not a real mech. I'm a real mech.
Here we go. Heavy Psymech. Yeah, that's what Connor has. Ooh, the Odium Heavy Specialist Mech.
Odium, huh? We're getting into cosmic stuff. Yeah, there's this great rule for telekinetics called bot scrapping. In most cases, the This is simply a matter of telekinetically lifting and dropping the bot. The psychic can destroy as many such bots in a round as they can telekinetically manipulate, one for most, or 3 or 4 at higher skill levels. This also assumes a psychic can lift the bot's weight. Some military bots are resilient enough that they take 1d10 damage per telekinesis skill power level.
Yeah, is the way this like mech stuff, it's just vehicle stuff, right? So it's basically that no weapons work against it except for heavy weapons, and then the heavy weapons do a different type of damage.
I think
like
that's
it's
how
different damage entirely with this stuff.
I think with like 60 seconds of sustained small arms fire does like 1/10 of the damage that it would normally do. So like if I shot it for 60 seconds, I would roll and then divide that by 10. I think about it, heavy weapons might do normal damage. They just don't do very much, I think, compared to vehicles. I could be wrong.
That seems right to me. Let me...
Because otherwise, what would heavy weapons be for? I think
right, I know, exactly.
Is it a robot or is it someone piloting a robot?
I think it's just a giant robot.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, that means it's technically on a mech, which means you can scrap it. So.
Oh yeah, good point.
Let's see here.
What's your psychic level?
3.
So you can do 3d10 damage to it every round, basically.
Nice.
What's where? Do you know where the section on vehicle damage like is? Is it just a vehicle section?
Page 78 has vehicle statistics, and combat vehicle weaponry.
Perfect. Let's take a look.
Heavy weapons take up more space. Armor subtracted from all damage. It doesn't apply to damage done by heavy weaponry. Oh, interesting.
Okay, armor is subtracted from all weapon damage done to the vehicle. Armor does not apply to damage done by heavy weaponry, such as guns, which are assigned to take. Okay, that's an easy way to do this. Cool.
I think what I might have been writing might have been exclusive to mechs. I think they're more durable than these because I don't think you can hurt them with normal guns.
I don't see anything about that.
Mechs,
Speed, armor class, power, free mass, and hard points all function for mechs just as they do for starships.
Oh, that's
so
why.
Starships is the thing where...
Because, starships are what, take 60 seconds of shooting to do 1 damage.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
That makes more... Okay, well, this is much more possible than... How much armor? Yeah, they actually have pretty low armor values. We might still kill this thing. How much HP?
No. What I'm saying is mechs work as starships, not as vehicles.
Right, but you're just saying this is a big robot, not a mech, right?
No, well, I'm saying it's a... Like that's what it is. It's a mech. Like in terms of...
it is a mech, then we can't.
Like it is just, there's not a person in it, but it's a mech, right? Like it's being remotely controlled or whatever, right? But it's still the same thing, right? But it's still the same thing.
I know.
We're not talking about that delineation here. We're not talking about this. We're talking about how good its armor is. Let's see.
Yeah, because in that case, I think doing damage to it is small arms can do anything and heavy weapons are decreased.
Starship's holes. Here we go. Class. Starship hulls are sturdy enough to ignore damage from small arms or TL3 heavy weapons. TL4 heavy weapons or demo charges applied to the exterior of a ship do half damage minus the ship's armor. If a saboteur gets inside with such weapons, the damage is halved, but armor does not apply. Use of some heavy weapons is in confined areas may be decidedly imprudent. Okay, yep. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and find which mech I want to use here. I think we'll do the Odium Heavy Specialist mech.
It's a heavy mech? All right, yeah, there's no point in even staying around.
David, don't worry, I got this.
I was going to say, Fergus probably could take this out.
No, I'm just going to hack it. It's a robot, okay. It's not a person.
Good luck. Okay, so I'll go ahead and throw...
sample controlling it.
Go ahead and throw this on the board here. This is the token I found for Connor's mech. So, do you like that, Connor? Like that token?
Can you say that again? Oh, the token. Yeah.
I picked that for your mech.
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Yeah.
I almost made a comment, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No, that's fine. And I think for dramatic effect, right, it just bursts out of the wall and steps on the two White Sun Brotherhood people, right, and is now standing in front of you. And they get squished.
It's now standing in front of me?
No.
Okay.
No, that's the other people. The people who are actually in mortal danger right now. So, yep, go ahead and roll some initiative.
I'm just gonna keep the same initiative.
I already deleted it, so I forgot what it is.
Oh, you know what? What am I saying? Yeah, let's re-roll it.
Yeah, I got a 3.
I got a 1.
Oh boy.
I remember what I should use. That's decidedly better than a 1.
Oh. Acceptable.
And I'll roll for Ziva. Okie dokie. Ode, you obviously go first.
Okay.
Got this, Ode. I believe in you.
How far can you move in? 10? 20? What is it? 10, right?
Yeah, each act like move action is a 10 meters.
Right. What is the exert challenge difficulty to climb it?
Like well, it depends on what you're trying to climb to its head.
And well, just behind it. I just wanted to not be able to shoot me, ideally.
Yeah, I would like 11 maybe. Because like it's gonna be like moving and trying to push you off and all that jazz. It's also a robot because it can contort itself in ways that humans couldn't.
Well, yeah, but it's also hard, so it probably has less flexibility than most humans would.
That's true.
In some ways, but then can also like twist its spine like you can't, I suppose. So
yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking 11.
All right, so I run over here and climb on it, or well, it failed to climb on it is what I mean to say. Is this strength or dex?
Strength. Yeah, I think strength.
Okay.
Hey,
that's a miracle. That
was a really good roll. Yeah, so we just see Ode just slide over and jump on it and kind of twist himself and kind of you're on its back now. Yeah.
All right, I spent 60 seconds shooting him.
For the next 10 rounds, just. So I didn't see that rule anywhere. Where is that?
I don't remember.
Because you might just be making that up.
No, I remember.
All it says, it just says small arms fire is ignored, and TL3 weapons are below is ignored. Heavy weapons are the only thing that can do anything.
I'll see if I can find it.
Sure. Yeah. If you can find it, I'm not gonna, try to not. I'm not gonna take it away from you. But I don't think that exists. That seems like it doesn't exist. Dylan.
Yeah.
So we're fighting this giant robot.
Yes.
I have a massive headache right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I stab it.
Sounds good.
I don't know what else I'm gonna do. So.
Don't think it's gonna do any damage because it's the same problem that my gun has.
Well, she can do it from a distance, so it's not like she's risking herself.
Are you trying to tell me it can't do anything from a distance?
No, Dylan can't do anything. Well, yeah. I know.
Being at a distance doesn't help.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, but doesn't it?
So also,
Dylan works.
I don't think Dylan knows that she can't crit.
Isn't the way that my stabbing from a distance thing works that they're engaged in like close combat with me, and so they can't.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts for vehicles.
I don't think it counts for vehicles. Yeah.
I don't think they can be engaged because they're like
Right.
700
It's
tons.
just because you're standing in front of a tank doesn't mean it can't shoot.
Yeah, I think that doesn't necessarily count in this. It's not even a vehicle technically. It's like a spaceship in that way, which
Yeah,
is like
exactly.
a level above vehicles.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only downside.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I think Dylan probably would make this attack, and you just go and roll it. And
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No matter what, I don't know why I even made you roll. It's not going to do anything. Like Dylan swipes, but the way that the hull works, like its armor is basically so powerful that it just ignores anything below heavy weapons. So I mean, but Dylan now knows this, right? So she goes ahead and tries to do her like distance teleport slash thingy, and it just scratches it's like you ruined its paint job, but not much else. And yeah, you've now realized that you're like, oh, that was a good hit, and it did nothing. And Ziva probably doesn't know either, so she's just gonna, take a shot and see. But I'm not gonna roll because there's no point. See, she shoots, it bounces off, and she looks at you, Dylan, and is like, I don't think this is the right weapon for this.
I think I need a bigger gun.
Yeah, that's a better line. I think I need a bigger gun. And then Fergus. Do you want to show them how a real man shoots? Yeah.
How much does it weigh, Caleb?
A lot. It might say here. Let me look. It weighs.
I need exact numbers.
It does not have exact numbers for you.
Okay, is it more than?
So it has 20 mass.
Okay, that
which 20 mass, but I think this might be applicable to like starships, right? So
is it more than 800 kilograms?
Oh, sorry, it's 40 mass.
Well, that can't be because a heavy frigate has 20 mass, so it must have its own thing.
Oh,
it's definitely not twice the size of a heavy frigate. So let's
see. A single odium can give a sufficient number of techs the platform they need to keep an entire mech force operational in the field or assist in construction. Yeah, I think these are literally like humongous things.
I mean, they're. I don't think they're that big, are they?
Okay, so the smallest one is 5 mass. What is there a starship with equivalent to that?
Well, is it more than a ton?
Yeah,
Caleb?
A fighter is 5. No,
I
sorry,
would assume
a shuttle
so.
is 5 mass.
Okay, then I can't do it.
When you say the smallest one, do you mean the suit or the light?
I mean the Achilles shock suit. Yeah, so it must be a different thing.
Yeah, because
there's
the
no way
suit
that
is that's
big
like
as a shuttle.
a person rig.
Exactly.
It's like almost big armor. Yeah,
so it must be different. It is definitely more than a ton, though. There's no way it wouldn't.
I can't do it. Then.
Yeah.
Even with 4, a ton is the max I can do.
Yeah.
Fergus takes cover right here.
Also, I hate to break it to you, but technically, and maybe this doesn't matter, but because you can improve them, but a rocket launcher's TL3 and doesn't do any damage at all to spaceships. Oh. But you can buy TL4 rocket launchers, so maybe Caleb will let it count as TL4.
How much does a TL4 rocket launcher do? As opposed to a TL3 rocket launcher?
I don't think it does more damage. It's just that you're allowed
to the TL4. Yeah, and that's fine. He has access to TL4 stuff.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I think let's make it. I'm looking at the giant size of these things, and I think we'll make it an Angervit. I don't know how to pronounce this. Angervadal light shock mech. That seems a little bit more realistic, but yeah. Anyway. Because thinking about like Gundams and stuff, I feel like that is maybe what they have in mind for the higher level stuff. So
maybe
they seem mass. If it goes from mass 5, which is a human, all the way up to mass 20, mass 40.
40. Yeah,
like that's a pretty big difference.
Big, yeah.
Because that's the stuff. That's the amount of stuff you can have on it, right? So
right, yeah.
Oh yeah, like some of these have like cargo space of like multiple hundreds of kilos. So like that, these are huge. So yeah, we'll have it be a light shock mech.
I am now regretting my choice not to do telekinesis 4 and get the psychic vortex cannon.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't know if that was a reaction. You should get telekinetic ram though. I think you can use that on stuff.
No, it has to be stationary, and
it's stationary if it doesn't move.
And I think it takes a whole turn to.
Yeah, it does charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do first?
Do I get a advantage for being in like a readied position or whatever?
To do what? Well, one advantage isn't a thing in this game, and I don't know what you're.
If you're shooting from a prepared position, you get +2. But I think
I don't think you're prepared position. Yeah, you just opened a door.
Okay, but if I'm hiding behind this wall, it's gonna have a harder time hitting me.
You'll have cover. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's +2 for half cover and +4 if it's like mostly covering you.
Okay, I think I'm mostly covered.
Sure.
And if you're not, you can just make yourself smaller. So.
I rolled a 1.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
Let's see. It's AC.
I didn't know we could get that low anymore.
Its AC is 16.
Ugh,
so it's not actually, but it's,
Oh yeah, they're easy to hit. They're
easy to hit. They just
armor.
They have armor stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Comparatively, yeah.
So, I think you literally just miss, right? It's trying to like get Ode off its back, right? And you just like miss and hit the wall behind you, and shards of metal go everywhere.
Roll the 1.
Shards of superheated metal.
Game.
Is this Fergus like actually being scared in this moment and like missing?
Maybe a little bit. He's never fought in a giant mech before.
It's true. Good. Finally. Okay, it is the mech's turn. And it is going to go ahead and fire at the 2 available targets.
You're trying to shake me off?
I think he's talking about Ziva and
I think
but
he's
that's
just
an action, right? To shake me off.
I don't think it's going to try it yet, because I think it's like even if you did like start shooting at it, it'd be like, oh yeah, okay, there's nothing. It could understand that your weapon doesn't work on it. Yeah. So I think it is going to.
Caleb wants blood.
What is armor piercing do against people?
Nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we don't. Yeah, I don't think it does anything. Yeah, it's armor piercing reduces. I actually just read it. It reduces the armor score on vehicles, but we don't.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have armor scores.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okie dokie. So. Okay. It just seems like they should do more damage.
They almost certainly do
because it says 3d8 and then a pound sign. So I don't know if that means anything.
Usually, I think that means you can burst fire it, but I could be wrong. Let me.
That makes sense.
Are you looking at mech weapons?
I'm just looking at the little stat block it has for it.
Oh, I see. Here, I'll see if I can find.
Sorry, I probably should have looked all this up before we played, but I didn't really know I was going to throw this at you. I wanted something that actually would challenge you.
I don't know if maybe this is a spaceship rule, and that's why I'm not finding it, because it's supposed to be like spaceships, but yeah, actually, I don't see a asterisk anywhere. There's a hashtag, which means you can fire to suppress.
Wait a second.
Huh.
Dylan's weapon is TL5.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's quite how it works. It's a TL4 weapon that has TL5 tech on it.
It's
right?
in the mech section. It says armor functions in the same way as starship armor for most mechs, rendering them immune to damage from anything smaller than TL4 heavy weapons and subtracting from any incoming damage. That implies that TL5.
Well, no, because it says small arms do nothing at all. It's counting small arm fire generally.
But I feel like a TL5 weapon would be able to do something, because these are TL4 mechs.
But if it's not
pistol be a small arms?
It would be.
small
I
arms,
but I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to figure out if it makes sense to say TL5.
The question is, does putting a TL5 mod on an otherwise TL4 weapon make it TL5? Because that's not how it works. Like there are actual TL5 weapons, and then you could put TL5 mods on TL4 weapons. But if you want that to mean it is TL5,
so let's rule it that way. So I think it makes sense that like legit TL5 weapons would be able to hit this thing and actually do regular damage. But none of you have that. You just have
you just have
mods on regular weapons.
Logistically, either I think a sword would be least likely to do anything to this.
Well, yeah, unless it's like a unbelievably sharp super sword,
like
like a lightsaber, right? But I think it makes sense because you guys did just upgrade normal weapons. It makes sense.
I think theoretically a monofilament blade should be able to cut through pretty much any material at all because it's just cutting through atoms, but or like at that level.
Yeah,
but it doesn't care about that. I don't think.
No. This isn't Jared's character from Four Horsemen, where you can literally use kinetic energy to cut through anything.
Right, yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
I was able to find in the mechs section about shooting people with a bigger gun. Actually, I vaguely remember Adam saying something like he didn't think this was supposed to happen at all, and that they probably just usually kill people.
Right, that's
instantly.
That's what I'm wondering, right?
Because
like it does 3d8 damage for a railgun. I'm like, that makes zero sense. If you're actually shooting a mech-sized railgun at two individuals on the ground, there's no way it does the same as a normal like heavy weapon.
Yeah,
that's like a normal railgun.
Right. Yeah, I can't find stuff about shooting things other than ships. And, I also remember something like hearing something, maybe it was from Adam, so it might not be a rule, about how I think he was under the impression that spaceship weapons were probably just not designed to lock onto people at all. I think the only reason he ever let them shoot them at all was because they use a sandblaster, which is like you fill a room with sand, so you can't not hit them. But I think that was his own rule.
With mechs, it makes sense that you'd be able to shoot people. Like why? What other you're not just gonna have mech versus mech combat. Like you're sending these things into a war zone,
you
right?
Probably shoot tanks and stuff. They probably don't care about infantry very much. But
it would probably have a sandblaster then instead of the railguns for other things.
Honestly, well, I don't know if it can do that because I don't think it can actually mount. Like they have separate weapons for mechs.
How about like as a house rule? I'll just double the damage dice, so 68 instead of 3d8.
Sure.
So let's hit him, obviously. Yeah, I think we spent enough time looking at rules, so let's just move forward. So let's see, railgun, heavy machine gun, can those things hit multiple targets? I'm assuming they can. No. Yes.
No. Weirdly, even like the RPG says it's designed to penetrate, so it doesn't really. Yeah, I think
that's fine. How does
the heavy machine gun? The heavy machine gun can. If it's got a hashtag next to it, it means it can fire to suppress, and that
they
means
both
it does
have
half
hashtags
damage
next to it.
Oh, okay. Then I think that at least the way it works with normal heavy weapons is you can hit multiple people when it does half damage. I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good rule to me. I'll just have him do that, right? So he's gonna. Does he have to make 2 different attack rolls, or what do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna make one attack roll.
Yep,
I'm gonna make one attack roll against Dylan and Ziva, and if he hits, then he's gonna do half damage, so 3d8. So 25, which I believe hits both of you. I mean, yeah, actually, no one in the game has more than that. So you both take 3d8 damage, so 14 damage. So he starts the mech just starts spraying bullets, or laser bullets. I don't know.
You can keep it the way you did it, but technically, I just read it. The way it works is every target in front of the weapon that is not under hard cover automatically gets hit for half normal damage. A successful evasion saving throw eliminates the damage.
Okay.
technically, it's like a spell. You
Yeah,
have to
no, let's
evade
do it that way.
but
Yeah, that makes sense. So
just a little
you guys
weird,
will
but
take
yeah.
that amount of damage unless you make a evasion save. So Dylan, go ahead and make an evasion save, and I'll make one for Ziva.
16.
So you're good. So you
Nice.
avoid the damage, and Ziva does too. Actually, okay, so no damage at all.
There we go. Magic.
Cool.
Eat.
Yep. So you guys managed to like duck behind these up to the side, right? And I guess that's its turn. Ode.
I roll notice to find something that looks like an axe. What I want to do is I want to do the thing from Titanfall where I pull its battery out from a conveniently accessible lever on the top of it. So can I look for a thing that looks shootable?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll notice.
Dope. Thanks. This is with charisma, right? Okay. I mean dexterity, right?
With the wisdom.
Okay. All right.
No,
Wait,
it's
sure
a
it's not
six.
intelligence?
It's a wisdom. 'Cause wisdom is noticing things.
Okay.
Yeah. Wisdom is like perception and insight and all that stuff. So
Okay. But I don't really care how the mech feels. I want to know if I can blow it up.
no.
Doesn't matter. I would only got a 7 anyway.
Yeah. Neither one of them are going to be good enough for this. So yeah, I guess Ode just like you're hanging on his back and it's trying to shake you off, and you're just like looking like, is there anything I can shoot? No, and you maybe like fire off a couple of like point blank shots that do nothing. You're just like
Yep.
Right.
Jared, you got one of those skeleton key things, whatever they're called, the auto hack.
charge?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yep, that was one of those.
I might. I don't know. I'll have to check.
I mean,
now it seems like a good time.
it's almost the same two starting letters for both, right? Stiletto charge, skeleton key.
It's basically just a skeleton key, but for electronic locks, which I think is actually why I thought of skeleton key, because that's how I imagined that item.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Dylan, it's you. What do you do?
Good question.
You should hop on its back with me and help me look. Something to stab.
That seems sort of ridiculous, but
Yep. But I mean, then you can't get shot. I haven't been shot yet, so.
Um,
I think you can like take a defensive stance or something. I think, which gives you more armor class.
I have 3, apparently.
3 stiletto charges.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
yeah,
I think he'll let me buy a ton of them at once, and then I just haven't had to use them since.
well, yeah, I didn't realize that they were literally pre-tech
Yo.
artifacts.
Yeah.
Out
I'm
of
very
that.
sparing with my usage of them,
That's hilarious.
apparently.
Yeah. Tool defense gives you +2 armor class. That's not very good, actually, for your action. Honestly, doesn't seem very helpful. Oh, you become immune.
You could try go down like one of the side corridors and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I don't really want to leave Ziva behind, though.
You tell her to come with you.
That's true. I'm looking at my character sheet to see if there's anything I can use.
Anything helpful?
I always forget that I can negate a successful attack, or I can succeed at a failed attack. Because I'm a warrior.
Right.
Oh, I was muted. That's one of the best things about warriors, because you can basically you can just fight with total abandon until you've had to use that, and then you're like, okay, now I have to pay attention.
Right, and it's
Gotcha.
once per fight. It's not even like once per day.
No, yeah, once per combat.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll probably just try to go into the other room. This is where they came from, right? Up here?
Yes. Yeah, they kind of like
Okay.
smash through the wall up there and stuff. So
How far can I move in one action?
If you just take your entire turn moving, you can move 20 meters, but 10 meters would be the normal action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just use my whole action. Get up here.
Okay, so you're running past
Definitely
it.
can't fit in there.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it came from there, so
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, it just like broke through the wall or something. Yeah,
Just
Okay.
went through the hall.
maybe I
this.
guess it makes more sense if he came from this way. So let's say that that's where they came
Okay.
from. They
Okay.
ran through.
Okay. I
So
go
all we
past
need
it
to do
then.
is just run around like in a boss fight and let him destroy all the pillars until the ceiling falls.
Ah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dylan, if you run past, you see the scattered bodies of White Sun Brotherhood agents, right?
Oh, lovely.
As the like, it's still kind of dark in here, but the lights are flickering on and off, like kind of hanging from the wall. And you see it's like a horror scene, right? Like you're seeing in flickered lights too. I think towards, let's see, yeah, I think towards this door, you see this door hanging on a hinge. I think you see that this was probably obviously a kind of like what's the right word for it? Not a launching pad, but a charging station for this giant robot thing, right? It's obvious. There's very obviously like a hole where like it would be able to sit on or something, like and kind of condense itself and go back to standby mode or whatever. I think you see this door on the far end of the room is kind of hanging off its hinge, probably from its initial breakthrough kind of attacking things. And you see a couple of Imperium scientists in this room. Like, or at least you see one face kind of like poke out and look and then look back in. So.
Okay. Gonna
Guy
kill them.
piloting the mech, yeah.
And then Ziva is going to. Did you say to follow you or?
No, I'd probably tell her to stay there.
Okay. I think she rushes across to go over to where you are, Fergus, and she stops right next to you and holds up, has her gun up to her face, and she just says, "What do you want me to do, Fergus? I can't shoot this thing."
Oh. So what skills does she have?
She's really good at sneaking. She also can fix, lead, shoot. Sneak is her best, but then she has several +0s, I guess, as well. But
are there any convenient crane hooks hanging above this robot?
No, there are convenient crane hooks in this hangar bay, though. So if you get it out here, maybe.
Oh.
Also, you technically have the opera house is right here. You could technically point the multifocal laser at it or something. You could tell a Kodo to fire on it.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't need to have her go do that. I can just tell her to do that.
That's a good idea.
What is Dylan attempting to do back here?
I think she's gonna go kill the guy who's remotely piloting it, if I remember right.
Oh,
that's what it seems like, yeah.
At least that's the hope.
I don't even know what I'd have her do. Oh boy.
You could send her back to the ship and tell her to get a Kodo to shoot the. Actually,
I could just radio a Kodo.
It's true, but I think I don't know what a Kodo shoot is, but I think doesn't Ziva have like 2 or something?
I'll just tell her, go get on the ship gun and shoot it.
Oh, okay, I can do that. And she's like, I really think I can do that. And then she rushes up. She'll spend the rest of her move in just getting to the ship. So she hasn't gone up the ramp yet, but she's there.
See how many rounds it'll take to kill it.
I thought you had 20.
Yeah, she already moved 10 across. She already moved to where you were.
Oh.
From across from over here.
She couldn't talk to me from here?
Nope.
All right. We'll have to have a tactics class.
And Fergus, is you?
mean, I could just stiletto charge it, but that's boring. So I'm gonna shoot him again.
A whole hacking system I just looked at that we've never touched.
I know.
Like has
this,
options.
This time I'm gonna hit him. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Barely.
What?
Nice.
I still hit him. I hit him though.
You do. You know, it rocks backwards and then it like places, you know, slams a fist down into the metal of the floor and looks at you. Raises its railgun, and I think it's gonna fire on you. But I think it will probably just move out first. So it's, well, maybe it can't get too close to you. It's gonna move forward so that it's like you're not as covered from it. So I think you'll get the +2. I think is what it is. So you have a
+2 or
25.
+4.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and, oops.
You get a penalty if your target's laying down. You should lay down.
Haha.
Well, I would have hit you if you had your normal armor class, but yeah, you barely managed to kind of dodge behind. Sorry. I guess it's doing its railgun thing, isn't that? It just oh no, I guess it's not suppressing. It was just trying to hit you. Okay.
It's also weird that a railgun would have a suppressant because that's like a precision weapon.
Yeah, railgun and the heavy machine gun both have the hashtag next to it. So
super weird.
Yeah,
I wonder if that means something else. That's super strange.
But so it misses. And I guess that's its turn. So Ode.
All right. Oh, you left without me.
Oh yeah.
I will not notice something again. Here we go. There it is. I don't know why it's defaulting to strength on the the notice skill. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it's gonna squish me. Please do something this time.
I'm working on it. Hey, 10's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, but 10 is not good enough to have a conveniently placed battery pack on its back or anything. Like I think I'm
just looking for a spot that I can do some actual damage to it. Like I was being a little facetious. I don't expect
right. Obviously, but I think even with a 10, like this thing is built well enough that it's like not meant to have anything like that, right? Like it's just.
Well, I mean, they got to be able to work on it, and it's got to have machinery somewhere. It can't be a solid piece of armor.
Suppose, but I don't think a 10 is good enough to find it.
Okay.
Right. Like I literally think it's like a very difficult thing to find if there's anything.
Okay.
This is very
high tech. I can't find any openings.
Yeah. And then Dylan, do you want to rush into that other room?
Yep.
Go for it.
Oh, anti-personnel is a thing. I'm pretty sure you get a. I'm not going to say anything else until I read it, but sorry. But
Yeah, so I don't think I can get all the way across and into the room. So I'm just gonna use my whole action and get right up to the door.
Okay. Yeah, and inside I think you see a couple of scientists, right? And one of them just says, let's see. Says, this door, it's jammed. He's trying to like get the door to like actually close. And the other one just looks at you, Dylan, and says, no, don't kill us. We're valuable. We have plenty of information that we could give you. What do you say? You could have a short exchange with them here. Verbally.
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what Dylan's plan is here. Is he?
Yeah.
Was she just going to kill them, or?
I mean, I think that was kind of her vague plan.
The only good Imperium is a dead Imperium.
Okay, Evelyn.
I mean, she's probably just gonna say, "I don't need information. I need you to stop that mech."
Yeah. You can make a talk roll if you'd like.
Okay.
I believe.
I actually have a +1 in talk. That's better than I expected.
With charisma.
Eight.
It isn't super great, but it's not like terrible.
It's not great.
I think the scientist.
It's not bad against a couple nerds.
Yeah. I think the scientist basically says, we're not controlling it. It's at this point, it's controlling itself.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so you're giving me no reason not to kill you, then.
The other one smacks the other one. You idiot! And I think we just cut to the next character from there. So Ziva spends her whole movement getting to the gun and setting up. The next turn, she'll be able to fire it. Fergus, it's you.
All right. Fergus is gonna. Let's see. Oops, where's the ruler? There we go. Darn.
Can't make it into the other room.
I mean, that's kind of the other room, right?
You can be behind the door at least, yeah.
Yeah. And he's gonna fire. Well, he's gonna fire the shot and then.
Sure.
Yeah. I
Miss again.
rolled another one.
Dude, how is this possible? What's going on?
Can I
2 1s and a 4?
Can I spend a thing to reroll that?
Spend a fate.
Spend a what?
Effort.
An effort to be a precog, which you are not?
Yeah.
No.
Hey Evelyn, can you precog me?
Sorry, I had this mental block thing that I'm trying to work through right now.
You're useless to me. And then he hangs up.
Hang up on the.
I mean, I wasn't
telekinetic
answering
link.
seriously. I didn't think you were asking seriously.
You can't. I guess I should because I know you have to see me.
Yeah.
So technically, the way it works is that they can keep you from failing. It's not like I failed something. Can you go back in time and it's not actual time travel. Once you failed, you failed.
Yes.
There's alternate outcome.
Right, but I mean, in narrative.
At any
you
point,
wouldn't
there is
know
no
you
actual time travel happening.
If you ever know you missed, it's too late, right? As a character, right?
Oh.
Yes, because it's not time travel.
It would be Evelyn seeing the possibility of you missing and nudging fate in your favor before it
and
happens.
then you don't miss. Yeah.
That would have been so much damage.
Yep.
I mean, mechanically it happens retroactively, but she'd have to have a reason to do it.
All right, have the mech shoot me.
Certainly is going to. So gets out there and it's gonna fire at you.
I still got partial cover because I'm behind a door, right?
I believe so.
Okay. It's still probably gonna.
Oh.
64. What?
Sorry, I rolled a D120 on accident. Fergus explodes.
The whole planet explodes.
Can you imagine if someone actually got a 64 to an attack roll in any of these D20 based games? It's you know what? It's probably happened in Pathfinder at least once. Given the amount of modifiers you throw around in that thing. Yeah. Oh man. Let me actually roll it.
Here, I'll roll for him. Oh, he missed.
He hits you.
Oh no.
All right.
Did you lay down?
Wow, that's actually a really bad roll for him. 21 damage.
That's half my health.
That's a pretty bad roll for him.
He did shoot you with a thing that's meant to destroy spaceships.
Exactly. So we just see, I mean, this is the thing. Fergus is probably the only person that we can believe could actually take this sort of hit. And like, obviously in the mechanics of the game, anyone could take this amount of damage, but like we are actually seeing bullets rip through Fergus's flesh and blood and gore is, and it's just like, but Fergus is Fergus. And so he's going to be able to re-knit himself. But yeah, so that's what happens on that turn. Ode, you can continue flailing.
Does it have visual sensors? What does it look like it sees with? It's got a big eye.
Yeah, I think
put my gun in its eye.
You could attempt that, yes.
I just wrap my hands around its face.
You can't with your rifle?
Yeah, I don't know. I just put something in the way to block its eye.
Oh yeah, take your shirt off and use. Oh wait.
I take my pants off.
The one time a shirt could have been useful. No, curses.
Right. I literally thought about that. Yeah.
That's actually incredible.
Fergus, like, put your shirt over its eyeball.
Evelyn, if you were here, you could have precogged a shirt.
Yeah, sense the need for a shirt.
Sense the need. Oh, listen, I know you don't like this, but just today, of all days, wear a shirt, please. That's incredible.
Like, look, I haven't been doing my sit-ups. All right, okay, I don't know. That's what I'll do. I don't know what that is.
So I don't think you can do it from the back. You'll have to climb to its front, which is going to make you more vulnerable to it.
I just want to climb onto its head. It doesn't. I mean, it has huge shoulders. I don't think it can like.
So the issue is the way that I think it's pretty similar looking to what this is. This makes sense. In which case, you even standing on the top of it, you can't really reach its eye very well with a rifle.
These really convenient handholds right there. What are you talking about?
You can try it. I think you'll have to make an exert roll to like get yourself in the right position and not be thrown off.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could do that would be vaguely useful. Oh, I forgot I had gravity boots. Yeah, I just don't really have.
Oh, and I need you to do something. I'm down a pancreas, a spleen, and 2 kidneys.
I'll have him back in 6 seconds, but still.
Yeah. I mean, can I shoot its gun? Its gun isn't pre-tech hyper armored, right? It's just a gun. Right?
I suppose.
I think you can like target systems, but I'll be honest, I didn't read that part because I didn't think it would matter.
Yeah, I mean, you can
do the railgun.
If there's a thing where you can target systems, I'm fine with you. We can follow the rules for that, but I have a feeling
it's for like if you're shooting a spaceship with a spaceship and you're good enough, you can shoot systems. So I know it's not
on such a hit. The damage is halved, rounded up before armor is applied. If any damage gets through, that system is disabled and cannot be used. So I think you're not going to be able to get a freebie. It's going to act like normal stuff. It's just that if you manage to actually hit it, it would be disabled, but it still has the armor is still relevant.
Okay, which means I can't hurt it. So
which means you can't hurt it. I'm willing to let you try to do the eye. I think that makes the most sense out of any of it, right?
Okay.
But you'll have to make an extra roll to not be thrown off. With strength. 9 is not super great. I will give you a kind of devil's bargain here. You can make the shot, but then you'll be thrown to the ground and probably take some damage.
What do you mean by make the shot?
As in you can roll to hit it. And if you hit it, like hit its armor class, then you can do like half damage.
Oh, I see. I was just trying to obstruct its view, but if I can shoot it.
I see what you're saying. I
was just hoping I can make it like not be able to shoot people because I was.
Okay. So yeah, this makes more sense. No, I think that's so. Ode, what we see right is you climb up on the top of those handholds, and then you just grab your rifle like this
or something.
No, you grab your rifle like this and just slam it like against the visor. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and
with
it just starts bobbing its head back and forth, and my head bounces off of it.
I think that's what happens, right? I think you're going to take damage to do this.
That's pretty humorous.
So you can take 6 damage there.
Okay.
Man, that should have probably been more.
53 health.
I catch him with telekinesis.
2d6.
I didn't fall. I just took 6 damage.
Oh.
All right, cool. Dylan, what do you do? The scientists swear that they have no control over it. There's a little man in there. Thanks.
There's a sample of a man. If you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just say, then how do you shut it down?
They kind of glance at each other, like look at your sword, and then say, I'm trying to think of, okay. They say, Project Legion has it now.
Oh.
And I think you know enough from the context that you were given by Fergus when he explained this mission that you know that means the Legion of AI has control over this thing, which means this is Fergus's domain. Right?
Okay. Yeah, I just tell Fergus that over comms or our psychic link or whatever we have. Just like, it's being controlled by AI, Fergus.
I don't want to have to use a stiletto chuck. It's so boring. I want to kill it. It's already half dead.
Fergus,
we'll get there.
Jared, as a player, stiletto charge will not work here.
Oh, okay.
So you like what you'll have to only, I guess as a character you won't realize that until you try it, but like it's not going to be the situation where you just MacGuffin your way into solving it. That's not the risk here. It's way more dangerous and complicated than that. So
gotcha. So hacking it won't even work properly.
What I'm saying is you have to roll to do so, right? Okay. And it has to be incredibly high. Like this is against the AI. Because they are like sample, right? They can just auto succeed on theirs, right? So,
yeah.
Is this a security room?
Yeah, it's kind of like a security control room sort of thing.
So, Dylan, you should threaten them and make them turn on the any like automated defenses, because those are probably like heavy weapon machine guns, and they might at least do some damage. If there's any around, I assume. I mean, I guess this place was attacked; they might be broken, but that could be a thing you could make them do that's useful besides telling you that they can't do anything.
Yeah.
If that's a thing that's there, I don't know. I guess that's up to Caleb.
Yeah, I don't know if Dylan knows.
You could ask them.
Yeah. I'm a bit confused. Say that again.
Like if there's any automated defenses in this base, they might count as heavy weapons, and they might actually do damage to it. So maybe you can make them turn them on or something and shoot them back.
Okay.
But I don't even know if there are any, but they might.
Yeah, she just says, are there any heavy weapons in this place?
They glance at each other again, and they say, I think one of them just points at the robot.
Any other heavy weapons?
I think you even know before you ask the question, like there's basically saying that was the thing. Like that's the thing that's supposed to protect this base if it gets attacked. I think you can understand that like getting controlled by the AI isn't like it's originally is a mech or a robot or whatever that is not controlled by AI. But for whatever reason, when they were trying to get this AI stuff online, it took control of this giant robot instead of doing whatever else they wanted it to do. And so, yeah, the implication is there is no other heavy weaponry in this facility.
You're telling me they turned the mech on, they're like, get the AI on it. And it just like, this is mine now. And then their next thought was like, cool, give it the fleet. that was their next thought.
So you could ask them more details, but that's David as a player is not quite correct in his assessment of the events that happened here. So yeah, you guys wouldn't know that necessarily.
No, yeah, it was just
that is not what happened.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do with these guys now because I don't think she would just That's true.
You still got your stun sword, don't you?
I don't know.
No, she has a regular stun
I don't
baton,
think
but she doesn't have her
so.
stun sword anymore. It got stolen
Yeah.
by Chloe Lasmos.
I bought another
back
one.
when.
Or did that one get stolen too?
Oh, she
Everything I
has
buy gets
that?
stolen.
Dang.
I don't think you bought another one. Because I think by the time you would have bought another one, it was time to get the cool Tempest Fugit sword thing. So.
I think we got a new sword and a new stun baton, and we meant to get someone.
It is
to
just
put
a
them
regular
together, and
stun
it didn't
baton.
happen.
I think.
Yeah.
Dylan has a regular stun baton, but I don't think she has a sword stun baton. Not that it matters in this situation. You could literally take out your stun baton and just like, nah.
Well, the sword
Yeah.
stun baton did more damage, I think. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Either way, and I'm fine with you. Just if you want to do that, you can just say you do it, and you can just do it. There's no reason to roll.
Yeah,
there.
honestly, I think she probably doesn't have her stun baton on her for this.
Got it.
And I think by instinct anyway, she probably wouldn't even grab it out, but
Sure.
she just like uses the hilt of her sword to like knock them out.
Totally fine. Yep. So we just see Dylan knock them out and then turn back. But that's probably your turn.
Yeah.
So Ziva is going to go ahead and fire up the ship weapon and see if she can.
The
hit
funny
this
thing
thing.
is, if she gets max damage on this 10 times in a row, she'll kill it. But it only does like 1d4 damage. It's so weak.
Well, yeah, you guys do have like a cargo ship, so.
Well, the other thing is that it has like AP 20. So the whole point is that it ignores
yeah.
armor on anything, but it doesn't do very much damage.
Sure.
But it means better than nothing.
Let's take a look. All right.
Look.
Yeah, I guess. Multifocal laser. Unless you want to do the sand thrower, but I feel like that would also just
No,
murder
I
you
don't think
guys. Yeah.
It would, and I actually don't think it does any damage. I think it has the anti-personnel or like chafe.
Yeah,
I don't think it does damage to them
Got
at
it.
all.
This is meant to damage ships, but it's not. That's so weird.
So this is because this is a light mech. If this was like a tiny mech or a fighter, because the flak cannon's meant for fighters. I'm sorry, I don't mean flak cannon. I mean sand thrower. The sand thrower has flak, which means it's good for destroying fighters, like really lightly armored stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, so this, I guess, we've always kind of assumed that this is like a giant honking laser, but really it's like a little turret laser thing that's just like like, and so it's like
it's not really a rail gun than the way we would assume
it's like it's like literally like
Could have upgraded the gun.
I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't think of like an analogy here. But basically, it's not like a giant pulse laser. It's just like a singular like boop, like boop, sort of a thing.
16 again.
This is like
yep.
another 4. What is going on?
I don't understand.
This is like that time when that D&D session that we did, Caleb, where I couldn't roll less than like over a 10.
Fergus goes here.
So I think what happens now is the mech like looks down at itself and like it seems to be like, oh, the chassis is in danger. And what it's going to do is it just it rushes over here like like boosts itself onto the void's grace and then like steps on it once and then starts flying out into into air.
Can I let go?
You can attempt to do so without like hurting yourself.
Drop onto this ship.
Yeah, go ahead and make another exert roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
That be okay? So could that be dexterity? Because
either way, I think you're fine. Yeah. Okay. Just like 3-point lands on the top of the opera house, probably right next to the gun, and the gun like kind of swivels towards you and
bumps into me.
Right, Ziva's swiveling the gun to try to and you just like
You did an epic 3-point landing. The dust settles, and the gun just swipes me off the side of the ship.
Exactly. That's actually incredible, and is definitely what happens. What do you say?
How far did it manage to get?
Let me double check.
Is it like, I think climbing should take a little bit more movement.
Yeah. I'll double check. The thing is, like, this is like a literal spaceship thing. So yeah, I think it should be able to
have
get
a speed,
far.
and I think their speed. I think you can move like 30 meters as its normal
But it's
move.
not instantly. It's like a ship takes like time to like build up it and then shoot up.
Well, no, the mech
but it's
has
already
a speed,
on.
and I think it's like 30.
So the speed is
So-
3, but that translates in actual
30
meters to something
meters.
else. So 30
I
meters.
think it's times 10. I think so. I think
That
its
makes
normal move is 30 meters. I think.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it could go 60. If
it
you
can go
wanted.
60. So it's already out of range at this point,
Yeah.
right? It's just flying.
Well, not necessarily. We got to look at the range of the rocket launcher.
Well, yeah. I mean,
here.
the weapons could.
It was right here.
Mm-hmm.
It moves 30 meters here. And then 30 meters to the edge of the map right over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you guys can attempt to do something else, but Ode, what do you do after you get swiped off the side of the opera house?
I mean, my instinct is to get in the ship and chase it, but we don't. Not everyone's on the ship, and also, I feel like we came here for something else. Yeah,
What's the worst it's gonna go do?
Blow up well, I don't know, if it attacks a frigate, it'll die for sure. Yeah, that's true. I don't care anymore. I'm alive.
So yeah, I guess my question is anyone else doing anything?
Fergus is
in
gonna
the
take
combat
one
turn.
more shot off.
Sounds good.
If he can.
Wait, from in here?
Okay. Well, no, he's gonna move 10 feet and then like right here. And then
Well, there's no way you
Spaceship
can.
in the way?
Yeah, I don't think you have a shot on it.
this is all open, isn't it?
This is a wall. And
Yes.
this is a wall. Or I mean, this is the hangar bay, but like this is all a wall. Like you're inside a facility.
You'd have to shoot past the ship to hit him. I don't know if
Yeah, I don't think that you would have to get
Okay.
like towards the
Okay.
edge here to be able to do it. Also,
You
the
can get
hangar bay
over
has
there.
like a force field that keeps things in. Like so you could if you shot at it, it would just like explode onto the force field. So
Or wait, is this space?
no, but it has like a protective force field.
That seems very inefficient. I feel like you'd want to be able to shoot things out and have things not.
Well, they
shoot
can
it.
turn it off.
Oh, okay. How did we get in then? If that's all.
So a protective force field in terms of so it's literally like the Star Wars thing where like you can fly in
Go
with a
through-
spaceship
okay.
with a
Got it.
large enough thing, but any like thing small is going to bounce off of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't think Fergus with his movement can actually get there in time. So I think what we see right is you guys are just like, wait, why did I like leave? Like where was it going? And then you guys are kind of just like, getting together and making sure everyone's okay. And Dylan comes back and is like, yeah, I found 2 scientists back there. And Fergus, if you like glance around the facility a little bit and like poke into things and do some
Mhm.
computer hacking stuff, you're like, okay, yeah, the AI, there was like an immensely powerful, like this entire facility was built to run this AI thing. And then something went wrong in the upload process, like or the onlining process to like bring
Mhm.
the whole thing online. One of the generators, it wasn't one of the generators failed. It was there was some sort of weird power surge, and then the robot came online, and for whatever reason, the AI were in control of that thing. And you know this now. You're like, oh, all the AI, like whatever it was called, Project Legion. So there's like a whole bunch of different AI, kind of interconnected. Apparently, are all somehow in that one robot. And like looking at the data for all of this, Fergus, you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like that's not possible. Like
Mhm.
the amount of power it would take to run all of these is like astronomical. So like you're like either the AI somehow, like your guess probably, Fergus, is the AI somehow, like while it was booting online, figured out a way to run with a fraction of the energy that they thought it could run with, and poured itself over to the chassis,
Did
kind
it
of
not
on its
want to
own.
be controlled. They wanted to be free from its AI shackles.
It not necessarily. You're not sure. I mean, you can make a roll of some sort to actually figure out like what its plan is, but
Can I send him a text message like, "Yo, you want to escape from your oppressive
sure, yeah,
human overlords?"
you could send a message that would be picked up by it.
Yeah.
It responds back. my handlers were incompetent. I know the next step. And then we cut to space. All right. So Evelyn has been leading the space battle stuff, right? She's overseeing everything, running the comms, running interference for everybody. A good portion of the fleet has escaped. And then your sensors, Evelyn, one of your crew mentions, we're picking up a object from entering orbit from Bratislav. It's not the Opera House, but is it a moon? Similar size. It's no moon. It came from the moon. It's definitely smaller than the moon.
Weird. You hear over the comms, Evelyn, shoot it! Shoot it right now! Yes.
All right, yeah, I shoot it.
That is when all of your systems go offline.
You turd, Ferguson.
And I think what we see, this is what I kind of want to funnel this towards. I think we see the mech flying towards the fleet. And Fergus is explaining probably more to you about what is happening here. And Evelyn, maybe your thought is, it's a mech.
No.
Mech battle in space. Mech battle in space.
I'm not in a good headspace to just jump in the vehicle that killed Till. You know what I mean?
And we see Evelyn,
all the Gundam fans.
And we see Evelyn hesitate, and that is what costs everything. So suddenly the fleet, the mech, it's like a weird kind of moment where it's hanging in space, kind of almost cruciform, and facing the Imperium fleet, and then suddenly the whole fleet just starts working in tandem, and the AI is now in control of it. And then ship after ship of the White Sun Brotherhood just starts to blow up and go crazy. What are you going to try to do?
What am I going to try to do?
Because so the AI, the super powerful AI thing did its special hack thing where it can automatically hack something, right? For effort and shut down your spaceship. But you can try to get it back online. You can, I guess it's what are you ordering people to do?
What does Vigo, my character is just broken right now. What does Vigo think I should do? I kind of turned to him, he's been watching me the whole time, right? He's been hanging out, giving me
he's just been helping, right?
Yeah, he's been helping me. What does he seem to want me to do?
He should want you to destroy.
I look to him, right? Well, and he's aware of my headspace. So I'm
right.
what can I do? You know what I mean?
He looks back at you.
If I jump in the mech right now and do a space battle, do you think it's going to go well?
He looks back at you.
I would need a push from him. Basically, I need a push to do anything.
He looks back at you with absolute despair in his eyes.
Shoot, that I want to say that
he knows what
makes
this is.
Me get in the mech, right?
Right? He knows what this is, and he's I don't know how it's possible, but we're doomed. There's no way out of this. I know what this is capable of, and I have no idea how we beat it.
Yeah. See, I don't know if he I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't think it's hard for me to be oh, okay, yeah, she's we need to go do I need to go do something heroic now. You know what I mean? I feel it's more just she is also helpless.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. Communicated that the AI is in the mech to you guys, because the mech is flying towards you guys. Okay,
yeah, he did.
So then it's reasonable. You're on a spaceship. You don't have to get into a mech, and you can just shoot it with the enormous guns on your spaceship, right?
Yeah, but is that cool?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but is it cooler than?
Well, what's your shoot?
My shoot is +1, I think.
It's probably cooler than watching you miss a whole bunch and get killed.
Well, yeah. No, I might be +2 now. I can't.
It's not too bad. +2 is pretty good.
It's just +1.
I'm also fine if we want to like leave off on a cliffhanger here, so we can think about this a little bit more. Like that could be the epic, like, oh,
I mean,
crap.
I know what my character is feeling right now, right? It's not really a matter of like I need to think about.
Like,
I need some sort of external push to, because right now I've kind of.
I don't think Vigo's going to give it to you, right?
Can I suggest an alternative source of motivation?
Sure.
If it's very clear to all of these ready to riffle upstarts that their leader is like not doing anything, maybe they might try and do something on their own. It might be like, oh, cool, she's broken. We might die.
Yeah, they'd probably get the ship back online and run.
As a thing that we've established in the beginning of the episode, I feel like now is a good time to come back to that.
You know what? I think that's true. So this is what we see, right? We see Evelyn freeze, Vigo freeze. Right, neither of them have the motivation to do anything, and that's when Lois, like, just orders the men, like.
So, I don't know if my character is necessarily like. I mean, she's not like not gonna make a decision. She's just not gonna do like the smart, cool, I'm gonna intervene myself thing, right? Like, she's not like, I'm just gonna sit here and die. Like, she would never do that. Like, and we've established that too. Sure. Like, even after Till died, you know what I mean? She went and was the one that killed him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the question is more like, in the moment, is that the impression that they get? Do they get the impression, oh, she's just going to make a decision, she's not going to be like the cool one? Or are they like, oh, she's frozen and not going to like...
Because that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
do. What matters
if she hesitates at all, or if she's thinking or whatever, I think Lois would step up and do something, right?
Yeah, because I mean, if you look to Vigo and he's like, we're screwed, that might not be a good sign, right? And even if you had a plan, if it wasn't obvious you had a plan, they might still be like,
Yeah, I suppose that could be something that... I mean,
it's up to you. I just think
about
it makes sense timing-wise, but if you have a thing that, that Evelyn doesn't, I don't, my suggestion isn't the law, obviously.
But then again, I also like, I don't know how well she'd take.
I imagine she wouldn't take it well at all.
Right. But then that becomes like, I don't know. I don't think it really ends with like Lois doing something and
probably not
succeeding. You know what I mean?
Well,
so it's not really like the cliffhanger.
This is my question. Does Evelyn hesitate?
Describe, like, do I know that this is like if I don't do something right now, I die. Like, we all die, basically.
I mean, you guys aren't even.
Do I know that?
Yeah, you will be the person to die last. But yes, there is imminent danger.
Yikes!
Yeah. Imminent danger is in like if I don't act fast.
What I mean is this ship will be the last one to be destroyed. Yeah, I don't mean Evelyn alone in space is going to be the last one to die as the mech grabs her heart out of her chest and squeezes it or anything.
Turns out it was crawled all along. No. You guys stayed at a safe distance. So what happens is all the rest of the White Sun will die. And then maybe the ones that got away will get chased, and probably you'll get chased too. And who knows how that goes? I assume is the like.
But also, you don't have control of your ship right now.
Wait, and did Fergus actually say over the comm that we should that I should shoot it?
Yes,
that was the first thing he said. Mech had the AI in it, right? Oh, did he say shoot it?
He said shoot. That was the first thing he said, and then when when like Evelyn's ship went offline, then Fergus with the time he kept explaining. Yeah, right. we said that right away, right?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I said that he used his hacking stuff to like turn your ship off.
Yeah, I forgot about.
Or maybe not like turn your ship off, but like at the very least the weapons are offline, right?
Right. So, and Vigo's just like hopeless, right?
At least in this moment, sure. He's just like, holy crap, Project Legion. The thing that I know about as an Imperium guy. It was terrible and horrible, and I was hoping it would never come to fruition, but here it is.
I think she gets in the mech.
Okay.
If that's actually like, these are all the things, is like she literally can't do anything. Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to make a decision for her.
Mm-hmm.
I think she does get in the mech.
So everyone's looking at you, including
Yeah.
Jenkins, because I think we said he was going to go with you guys, but we never described him doing anything. So I think
forgot
he's just
about him.
stayed again. We've forgotten about him this entire season so far.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he just stayed here. And what, Evelyn just turns and leaves?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see another thing for her to do, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I like it.
Like she's got to act.
Yep.
And she has been trained as a soldier enough to like overcome this momentarily.
Sure.
So I think she does.
So now the question is, do we want to continue or should we cliffhanger there with the
I think we cliffhanger
Okay.
right there.
Yeah,
the moment
probably.
where Evelyn decides to get in the mech? I think that's a great moment.
Gonna say I want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Also, now that we've done all of the things and it no longer matters, I found the section that talked about small arms. 60 seconds of small arms fire does 1d6 damage to a spaceship. That's
Oh, that's so sad.
yeah, it's pretty pathetic. And then heavy weapons do half damage, I think.
Very good. Very good.
Um,
Awesome. Well, there you go. That's a great moment. As soon as I decided that this was going to be a mech and I knew that it was controlled by the AI, I was like pushing this the whole time. I was like, he's gonna go out into space at some point, and I want Evelyn to get in her darn mech and fight it. That's all I want.
now we just in between these sessions, you have to get a better pilot and shoot skill.
Do you have any extra skill points you can just subtly spend?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Well,
Although to be honest, you do have. the
No,
thing
I might have
with,
spent them.
And
I have one. I have one unspent skill point. What did you want me to put it in?
pilot and shoot,
Pilot.
but neither. of
Nah,
them.
I already have them both at +1. So I was gonna do that. I was gonna have that moment right where I did that, and then instead I bought the precog ability that that I can use
Proxy.
like more than once a day.
Oh,
Like that it doesn't commit the effort for the day, it
Sure,
commits it
sure.
for the scene or whatever. I don't
right.
even
Cool.
remember what I bought. I think it was the curse one. It was like one person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's
First
fine.
one.
I just remembered you have the finger of God, which I think its damage is you die. Pretty sure is what it says.
Yep.
So I guess you really only have to hit him once.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
the
The
finger
issue
of
will be
God.
getting there because we do know one thing about this mech. Sample can hack it.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It does 40-12 damage. It does actually have damage.
So we will see.
Interesting to see though, because like Sample's an Imperium AI, and these AI are like saying the Imperium's incompetent. So be
I have
interesting to
some
see
ideas about what's
if they're indifferent towards each other, if they care at all
Yeah.
Right.
about each other's existence.
Are all the Imperium soldiers being airlocked right now?
Yeah, just yeeted into space, all humans.
It just bent the entire ship all the way up.
Yeah.
Also, I am interested to see how it'll work because you're technically not able to pilot a mech without being a psychic. I mean, I'm sure there's technological parts to it, but I don't think it can like just take control of it.
Yes. I have some thoughts about it as well. We can get there when we get there. But Baroka, before we continue speculating, let's go ahead and end the stream here, and then we can do a quick after show where we can talk about any other details. Thanks for playing. This has been Elysian Road. We will not be back next week because Connor and I will be on vacay. But week after, we probably
And me.
come back. Oh, right. Yeah, and Carly.
Isn't the week after that Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Possibly.
It is, yeah. So we'll
day
be out for
after
2
we
weeks.
come back.
Sounds good. Okay, 2 weeks. In 3 weeks, we'll be back with Elysian
After we've forgotten everything that's happened.
again. All good. It is what it is. We are out. Adios.